It is Friday, June 26th. It is time to get in the weeds. I'm Jeremy Lambert. That is SP3. And it is the final day before an extremely busy weekend. SP3. How are you feeling going into this weekend?
I'm trying to get all the rest that I can get. I've been taking naps because I'm gonna need
Naps.
it for Sunday. Yeah, I need naps. I need naps. That's
That's
what you
no.
gotta
Look,
eat.
I'm on board with this. I'm pro nap. You know, the kids are like, "Why are you sleeping? Why do you need a nap?" It's like because I slept like 5 hours in the middle of the night because you noisy kids wouldn't go to bed at a proper time, and so you kept me awake all night. So now I need a nap at 3 o'clock. That's why I need a nap. And they're like, "No, you shouldn't sleep so much." I was like, "One day you appreciate the
The what?
naps."
Like, what is do kids have this backwards? You're supposed to sleep more.
They don't know that though.
Oh,
At
okay.
least our kids don't. They're like sleep. No, this sounds terrible. They have no concept of why sleep is like good and everything. They will one day. They'll get old.
Sleep is like the best thing ever when you get old. That's the
I'm with
thing that
you.
you probably value more than nearly everything outside of family.
Yeah, I don't get nearly enough of it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with you. No, I'm pro nap. I was giving you a little bit of a hard time because I don't
Yeah.
nap on like show days, and there's no time to nap on Sunday. When are you supposed to even nap on Sunday?
That
You
is
just
true.
sleep in,
That is
basically.
true.
It's not really a
Yeah,
nap. You just got to
basically.
sleep in.
And I
Yeah.
can't even do that because I gotta review the show for the day prior.
Oh,
So
that
yeah,
sounds terrible.
no rest for the weary. But it's gonna be a fun one. You're gonna get a lot of wrestling, a lot of different wrestling, I'm sure as well. So that's always pleasant. It starts tonight. If you haven't already, unlike me, watch Friday Night SmackDown. We got CMLL in Arena Mexico, which I'm always down for on a Friday night. And then tomorrow starts the festivities, 1 p.m. Eastern time, early start time, which means I had to push up my flagship podcast. Thanks, WWE, make me lose an hour of sleep. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm not watching SmackDown tonight. I have no desire. I'm gonna watch the
I
Jey
already
Uso
watched it.
segment.
I already watched it, so I'm good.
I want to watch the Jey Uso segment just to see if they keep the double warning shot bow in there. I
Bow!
just
You bow! You bow!
it's not gonna matter come Monday's show. Like we're not gonna talk about SmackDown on Monday, so I know there's not gonna be any wrestling worthwhile on this show. So why am I
We
gonna
should
watch it?
review it now.
I haven't seen it, but okay. If you want to review, I don't care. You can
You, why
quickly
haven't
review
you
it.
watched, Why haven't you seen this? I thought
I've had
you would
no
see it by
desire to
now.
watch this show. I read the spoilers. I was like, this show looks so painfully boring that there's World Cup on. Like there's so I'd much rather just watch that. You know, I've been watching the Penguin and everything. I don't want to watch
That's true.
SmackDown. That sounds terrible. A terrible use of my time. I've been working too much as well. I watched TNA from last night. Gonna talk about the greatest segment of all time here shortly.
Oh God, please! Why would you do something like that? I don't watch TNA live. I
Fair.
actually watched ROH live for the first time in months. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
haven't watched yesterday's ROH show, but I liked part
it
one
was
of
good.
Global Wars. I heard part
Yeah,
two wasn't quite as good, but
no, it wasn't. It wasn't as good as last week. No match on that show on last night's show was as good as Athena versus Shuri, or
yeah.
even to a lesser extent the three way for the TV title. But had some good matches. Deanna Purrazzo versus Olympia, and Billy Starks versus Shuri. Those matches rocked. I enjoyed those. So yeah, I thought it was a good show. Good
Yeah.
show that I enjoyed. It's not You're not gonna get much of like story, which I do tend to look for in a weekly TV show, and I would like them to be building towards something. But it does feel like they are kind of getting some feuds in order because of the short turnaround. It's the rare short turnaround between ROH pay per views in the year where Death Before Dishonor is probably going to be in August.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, I'm
Oh no,
sorry
not
to
probably not in
ROH.
August. Maybe
Yeah,
in
let's say Death
July.
Before Dishonor. You think it's in
Yeah,
July?
maybe
I
in
feel like they would have
July.
announced that by now.
Yeah, they would have announced it by now. So maybe in
Yeah, it'll be
September they're gonna
August.
push it back into September.
Yeah, they don't keep the schedule anymore because Supercard
No.
was May this year.
Yeah.
So
Push back. Everything's getting pushed back. Money in the Bank, Super Card of Honor,
they might just do Death Before Dishonor like all in weekend as like a Rev Pro tack on. Like that wouldn't surprise me.
That would be dope, actually.
That wouldn't surprise me at this point. Yeah, Ecuador beating Germany. That was a great game yesterday. I watched the U.S. game last night. It was meaningless for U.S., but they still lost literally in the last second, which kind of sucked. But charitable country, we saw Turkey. We were like, you guys can have this one. You guys are eliminated. We'll give you this meaningless victory over here. Never let anybody tell you that USA isn't a charitable country. Yeah, I've been watching World Cup.
USA.
World Cup's been kind of keeping my attention with everything. All right. Folks, I was going to run the Scarlett interview today, but then we got kind of a last-minute guest. Dave from Fight Factory is going to join us at 10:30, so I don't want to run too... he's going to be on for about 20-30 minutes. The Scarlett interview is about 25 minutes. I don't want half the show going to be taken up with interview stuff, so I think we might push the Scarlett interview back until next Wednesday. Oh, no, Tuesday, you'll be on. We'll have Raw. I'm sure you want to talk about Fallout from the weekend. Wednesday would just be like NXT. Who could possibly care? Like,
no, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, Wednesday or Friday, because Wednesday's NXT talk. Friday's TNA talk. They're both coming off pay-per-views, but I feel like we'll
yeah, you should want to talk about them, Jeremy.
Well, TV shows are still whatever. I do have a poll question for today before MCAPS beats me up. You guys are going to be very mad at this poll question.
But that's sure.
Okay. That's okay. All right. Let's set this up here with the poll question. It's not... I guess it's on brand. I don't know. It's pretty generic, but you guys will appreciate the options.
Basic B.
Let me actually, before you criticize my spelling and grammar.
You basic B.
All right, there we go. There's the poll question. What are you most looking forward to this weekend? TNA Slammiversary, Night of Champions, or NXT Great American Bash? Yes, I left off Forbidden Door because I know all of you in the chat were just going to vote for Forbidden Door. So I left it off purposely.
So what is the second most anticipated show?
Basically. Yes. Basically, what's the second most anticipated show? I already know you guys. You are all gonna vote for Forbidden Door. I'm not gonna give you that option. I'm legitimately I'm legitimately curious of what people's second option is. I am. Yeah. I want to know of the four major shows. I know there's CMLL.
What's your answer?
NWA.
What's your answer?
Oh, well, Forbidden Door is what I'm looking forward to second.
No, out of the poll question.
Oh, so what am I looking forward to third most? Paukade's number one for me. I'm going there. So what am I looking forward to third most? Like Braun Breaker, just with nervous tick right there.
You like Ashley Banks. Just mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business.
Honestly, probably Great American Bash.
I was gonna say that. I thought I was gonna be the odd one because I see it's not getting a lot of votes, but I really feel like Great American Bash has the best card of the three because there's 7 matches. Although it was kind of haphazardly put together with the card with how late in the game that they announced it, I thought they did a good job with the weeks that they had leading up to it. I think that the NXT Great American Bash card I was more impressed with than the Night of Champions card. And I did a preview on both shows with Kate on Wednesday.
Night of Champions doesn't really move me. I'm curious in Jay and Oba just because I think a Jay victory is the most hilarious thing in the world. I have no interest in anything Cody's doing right now. This is the most boring, nonsensical stuff in the world.
Is this the
Tricking,
worst undisputed WWE championship reign?
I mean, Cena's wasn't good. I love
This
John
is true.
Cena, but
This
Cena's
is true.
wasn't good.
This is true.
But it
This
was
is true.
supposed to be bad. It was bad on purpose.
Exactly. It was bad on purpose, and at least it had our attention. All
Yeah.
I've heard from everybody was like, "I'm just bored with Cody. He's stale.
Yeah.
I'm over it." Like that type of thing. At least with Cena, we kept watching to see how bad it could get.
Yeah. I don't have any interest in that. Trick and Ricky, okay. I like both guys. It seems pretty obvious who's going to win. So that's kind of to me. And then, Io and Liv, okay. I'm still the champion being in Queen of the Ring is sure, whatever.
Yeah.
No real interest in Seth and Braun. Like, honestly, that's past its expiration point. I hope it's the end. I think that'll be a good match, but not super feeling that one. Slammiversary is it's TNA.
It feels like such a lame duck show after NXT added to the weekend. Like, I was really looking forward to like watching that into Forbidden Door. There was probably going to be a gap in between when Slammiversary ended and then Forbidden Door started, so I could get any replenishing of snack. And now you throw NXT in the mix, and it just takes all the luster out of the TNA Slammiversary show. Even with the news of this week, which I will give them credit, they've done a good job of putting out a lot of different news to distract from all the bad PR that they got last week.
Oh, TNA sources deny the company is up for sale. The TNA source is Matt Hardy.
Oh, yeah!
I mean, what are they gonna? Of course, they're gonna deny it's up for sale. They're not gonna be like, "Well, yeah, we actually are selling." Like I'm pretty sure they're a private company, so it's not like they gotta state that stuff. Because like when WWE was going up for sale, they had to. They don't actually call it like, "Oh, we're up for sale." They called it like a business rerouting or something, some dumb term like that.
Business restructuring, like
like we're exploring. Yeah, we're exploring our options and everything like that. That's what they call it. But of course, they're gonna like deny that it's up for sale. So okay, sure. I think that Anthem. Okay, so I'm gonna read this report because it's very funny. We're unfortunately not able to get into it too much because since we have a guest it's 10:30, but the report says over actually I'll hold off since it's gonna talk into the thumbnail and Tony Khan saying yeah, so I'm gonna hold off on this TNA report, but we will get to it. Back to kind of the weekend stuff. And Night of Champions doesn't move me. I like the Great American Bash card. We got the guy EVIL. He's gonna win the title. I don't
know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about.
They reference it enough. I realize that's not his name, but they reference it enough. I'm looking forward to him winning the title. Maybe Hiromu shows up.
House of Evil, Home of Evil.
That's right. I'm very excited for that. Kendall Gray, Lola Vice. That's the main event.
That should be one of the best matches of the entire weekend.
Yeah, that should be really good. Yeah. What else is on this card? I don't care about Shiloh Hill, Tristan Angels. I gotta admit that. Zarya and Tatum Paxley.
Shiloh Hill, our boy, C-Suite alum. This is C-Suite week, baby. Nikita Lyons, Evolve Women's Champion. Shiloh Hill on a PLE in the main event. This is what dreams are made of.
Okay. I don't think he's in the main event, but okay.
It's the main. He's in it. Is he in it?
I mean, he's in the.
Is he in the matchup? Is he in a match on a PLE?
Yes, but it's not the main event.
Then it's the main event. It's the main event. If he's in it, then it must be the main event.
Okay. Well, they've already said that Lola and Kendall is the main event, so.
They did?
Yeah, they announced that
Oh, that's dope.
yesterday. Yeah.
That's dope. Another C-suite alum. Kendall Gray. Let's go. Let's go. We getting the Kendall Gray new champion. Let's go.
Zari and Tatum, I'm looking forward to that. I'm very curious about the Deion Lennox Saquon Sugars match because it feels
Yeah,
like
me too.
Saquon needs a big performance here to really solidify the kind of breakout singles run that they seem to be setting him up for. So I'm looking forward to. I think both guys are really gonna try to elevate in this one. Miles Bourne, Tavian Heights, okay. Miles Bourne's reign feels like it's just kind of existing. So, and then what's the speed match, right? Ren
Yeah.
and the speed match.
And
I like
Ariana.
the speed matches. I know what I'm getting out of those. They ain't going too long for me, so I love the speed matches. Oh yeah, it's a good card. It's not the greatest card in the world, but it's a good card.
7 matches. When was the
Yeah.
last time we could
Well, that's
say that
because they can
about
put it
a
on.
non-major PLE?
It would still runtime for it because it's on CW.
I think
So
it's probably 3 hours. It's going
it's a
till
3 hour
10.
show. That
Yeah.
would make sense. There's going to be commercials. I'm going to tell everybody that right now.
Yeah.
Like you're getting
Yeah.
commercials during this.
Oh yeah, I've been telling everybody that for weeks. People thinking, oh man, they're gonna have a PLE on network television. That's dope. That's dope. I was like, that means it's gonna have ads and commercials, right?
Yeah.
And they was like, oh, I didn't know that. It's like what? When it's on network television, they need commercials. That's how it works. Network television, even when it's a freaking movie, they put commercials in the
Yeah.
movie.
You get commercials on the streaming services for movies now. It's the dumbest thing in the
Yeah.
world.
You get commercials on here. I'm watching a live stream
know.
In the Weeds, and it'll just cut to a freaking ad.
Yeah, I all these commercials. The ones that are in the movies are the worst because like when I'm watching, okay, Alexa Bliss Glamour says it's scheduled to be 3 hours. That makes sense. It's 3 hours.
Yeah.
When I was watching like the Batman on HBO Max, commercials like every 25 minutes, I was like, can you just front load this and give me like 3 minutes of commercials before the movie starts? I'll live through that and then give me the movie straightforward. But then I'm watching the Penguin, no commercials. The entire show,
Yeah.
none. I was like, why does this make sense? Like I'm fine, I'm cool with that. Like don't give me commercials during this, but why is it like this? I don't know how they pick and choose what's gonna have commercials and what's not on this stuff. So like, I'm fine. I'm fine with not having commercials during the Penguin, but I'd much prefer it to not have any in the movies. Like TV shows, you kind of have like designed commercial breaks almost.
Yeah.
But movies, like I want that straightforward. Yeah, front load all of that. That's what Netflix does. I think Netflix just front loads their commercials for movies.
Yeah, this is why I compliment sometimes AEW on the way they distribute their commercials, because even with me, I'm watching it on my AEW now. I know where they're doing the commercials, and you're not really missing as much as you do on like a regular TV show, or the large gaps. Like you get like a 15-minute stretch where you're just getting just AEW, and they'll know how to like section it off, and then another portion of the show put the commercials there. A lot of these companies and then TV shows don't know how to pace their commercials very well.
I think all the companies just need more and more commercials. We should have ads through everything. SP3.
More ads all the time.
Oh, our guest is here. If he is ready, he can give me a thumbs up. It looks like he has a very professional setup too. Yeah, we're not
Looks like he's
used to
on
that.
Sirius.
Yeah, that is true. Well, we don't get along with those guys too well. I don't think they like us. So. From Fight Factory, they have the War on the Shore 3 events on July 14th. Again, from Fight Factory, he is Dave Sturchio. Dave, how you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate the time, and just 18 short days away.
We appreciate you joining us. For people who may not know about this show and about Fight Factory, can you give us like a little bit of background on things?
Sure. I've been in professional wrestling since 2012. I'm a OG Pat Buck guy. He is now the head of talent relations down at AEW. He was my trainer. He also trained a man named Chris Payne, so me and Chris Payne came up together. I was in ring for about 4.5 years. Too many concussions later, I said, I got a good voice, so let me try the voice thing. And then Chris also wrestled all the way till about 2017, I want to say. But we have always had aspirations to kind of like, I was always a sponge for Pat, and I always like kind of looked on and see the ambiance of promoting a show. And I know there's some trials and tribulations, and some independent wrestling sometimes gets a really, really bad look, and then sometimes it gets a GCW, right? Like, so you're always going to have that like good and bad. So we took the good and we took the bad, and we kind of Chris always had aspirations. He said, yeah, what would it be like if we ran a wrestling show right on the beach, like the sand? And I'm like, come on, dude, like just come on, and then like, so we pitched it to a couple of places, and finally Martel's Tiki Bar, after a little bit of wheeling and dealing, they let us happen. And Fight Factor Wrestling was born. And I think it was within the first month, with the buzz we were catching, I said, Chris, I think we got a little bit more than just a one-trick pony here. I think we got an actual promotion. So why don't we just run with this? And we did, man. So 2024 was our first show at Martel's Tiki Bar. Literally put the ring on the sand. Mistake number one, wrestlers don't really like to get sand in their boots. So year number two, let's build a boardwalk around the entire thing. And it's $20,000-$30,000 to put a show on like this. So it's not like it's a one-trick pony cheap thing, like your bad independents or your VFWs, and then nothing against those guys. I just, we always had aspirations to get a little bigger. So yeah, we're on year 3, and we've had some significant guests. We've had about 6 shows now. I think 6 shows. I think this might be our 7th. We've been at the Starland Ballroom in New Jersey. We've been at a minor league baseball stadium that we don't like to talk about because we bombed on the attendance. That wasn't our fault. But no, we've had some really significant heavy hitters come in and sing our praises. Cardone has wrestled at least appeared for us. It was when he tore his pec, actually. He was one of the first guests to be announced, and he tore his pec, and he said, I'm going to come anyway. I want to see what you guys got going on. And when he got there, if you get a testimony from Matt Cardona, who's been literally to every independent wrestling show in the history of shows, and he says he's blown away, and he's thinking, this is your 10th show? I said, no, man, it's our first. And he's like, Jesus, so it's been really cool, man. It's been really, really rewarding. I think the best part about being a promoter, as opposed to, I do commentary for ACW and Poughkeepsie as well, on the voice up there. But this one, I got to sink my creative teeth into and give a lot of guys opportunities, and girls, obviously, opportunities to wrestle if they've earned it. Our big thing with Fight Factory is you got to look like a wrestler, man. You got to look, and you got to present yourself. I can't have you in cutoff shirts and jean shorts and, hey, if Kevin Owens can do it, we can do it. It's like, no, you're not Kevin Owens. Like, let's try again. But yeah, we've had a really good time, and it's really rewarding trying to give these guys opportunities to, just do the right thing by wrestling and try to be a good business person in the process.
So you mentioned being a sponge for Pat Buck, and he has all types of success, in the wrestling business right now with AEW, the promotions that he's worked with. Kind of, what was the biggest lesson that you learned from him that's helped you the most as a promoter?
His first promoted event I was at, I didn't know who he was yet, and he lost his entire ass, like money-wise. He said he took a bath because I think they tried to run 2 shows on a weekend, and like, first show did great, second show was like, we saw it already, so why would we go to the second one or whatever? So I to see him lose and then be able to just get back up and put on the next show and the next show and the next show, it's like stuff like that was very admirable to watch him do that. And I'm sure he catches enough flack now with AEW. There's either your AEW diehards or there's people that just don't get the product at all. I think I'm right in the middle with AEW. Like, I think I'm just like, some of my good friends are down there. I've trained and came up with some of those guys. I was the first guy to tell Max Caster, hey, there's a school over there, let's call it Creative Pro New York. You should probably give it a shot, right? And he's like, oh, yeah, is there a school? All right, cool. And then, like, he just became who he is. MJF, guys like that. I've come up with all those guys. Those guys were all Creative Pro New Jersey, New York. So to see those guys as a success story, Anthony Bowens, like one of my favorite guys in wrestling. Like, you can't say enough good things about Bowens. The kindest person in the world. He's had some nice interactions with a couple of people over the last couple of days, which is really funny. So I was like, I texted my buddy. I texted the group chat Fight Factor. I was like, bro, he just put Aubrey Huff in a blender. Like, I was like, holy hell. And Aubrey is a baseball player, and he's nationally known. Blah blah blah. It's another story for another day. But I came up with so many cool people in wrestling, and Pat taught me that no matter how many times you're knocked on your ass, get back, dust yourself off, and proceed. And that's what we kind of did after War on the Shore 1. It was a good time, had a great response, and we're like, hey, we can run 2 months later at a baseball stadium. What were we thinking? So it was a sold show. So like they came to us and said, hey, we'll give you X amount, run a show. And I said, okay. And they're like, we just had micro wrestling here. It's going to be just as big. I was like, not really. Get it? But I just tried to say, I was like, all right, well, let's give it a shot. And it was just bad location, bad stadium, bad parking. Nobody wanted to go. I was like, and we had like 50 people here. But those 50 people, let me tell you something, diehards forever, and they followed us no matter where we go. So making fans for life is a really, really big deal to me. And that goes across the board in pro wrestling. Once you hook me, WWE hooked me on my first day of watching wrestling, scrolling through the TV. And all of a sudden I said, what the hell is that? Why is that guy just did that guy just throw that guy through the plate glass window? Like Shawn Michaels was my guy from Jump. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'll never stop watching. So like you got to hook them, and then you got to just keep delivering good quality wrestling. And I think me and Payne have really put our minds together over the course of the last couple of years, and we're having a lot of fun with it. And it ain't all sunshine, I can tell you that right now, but it's been pretty cool.
People in the chat, by the way, are completely praising your voice, which I
Yes.
also admit is completely fantastic. I don't know why we're doing this show, SP3, when Dave is on to put us to shame.
That was the first goal, really. Like back in 06, 07, I was a broadcasting major. I was like, I'm going to be the next John Madden. Watch this, and like you hear enough no's in your life, and you're just like, all right, what do I do next? So I actually opened up my own recording studio in Matawan, New Jersey. It's Stellar 19 Studios, and people come there to do their own podcasts. I got guys like Danny Moff and Sean Donovan. They come in there, Darius Carter. They come in and talk their shit. But like, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of tired of hearing no's. I'm just going to kind of create my own yes. And I think that's kind of what SAP has done to start this whole thing, right? Like, or at least get this off the ground. And it was it was very inspiring to see these people work and not kiss ass and just keep putting in the work and not really give a shit who likes you, who doesn't like you. Just keep putting in the work. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
That's how this show started. I was like, I'm just going to do a wrestling morning show. And Sean's like, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Why not? I was like, all right,
Take a shot.
appreciate it. Yeah. All right. I do have a little bit of a bone to pick with your company as a whole.
Oh, boy. All right.
Oh, boy.
Ben Bishop is the champion.
So, first of all, BTBB is a good dude.
No, don't.
You know what it is? First of all, it's very hard to find guys like that size in wrestling. And for me, professional wrestling should be believable still. I am a horrific fan of people that just no sell. And that's a lot of the, super kick, pile driver, destroyer. And they get up and they're like, that didn't even hurt. And I'm like, what the, like, come on, man. Like, at least try to pretend like we're trying to do something right here. But Ben Bishop has got the size. Yeah, does his shtick kind of like shit on everybody trying to make it in wrestling? I think so, but I think that's also part of the allure. And I think that, every time I've interacted with him, for the first couple shows that he worked with us, super humble dude. I mean, you should see this guy walking in on the War on the Shore 1. It was like a freak show attraction. Like people were just stopping on the boardwalk, like that guy is that tall. And I'm like, yeah, watch that. So over the years, he's really put in some good work with us and his promos and all of his little shticks he's putting online right now. You see the Fight Factory Wrestling belt, and I'm a business guy first, man. Like I got to make sure that like our main event at War on the Shore is Ben Bishop, Richard Holiday, and Jack Vaughn, the three most viral professional wrestlers on the independent scene. Nobody else has booked that. I'm kind of wondering why, So I was like, fuck it, I saw them do the Spider-Man meme at WrestleCon this year. And I was like, ooh, I texted Payne. I'm like, what do you think about this? He's like, well, yeah, let's go. And I was like, all right, done. So Ben Bishop is an acquired taste. I think he's a very nice person. And again, if you have your gripes with him, that's cool. And that's heat, brother. That's what he loves that shit too. So he loves all his, I don't even know what the hell he calls them. Troublemakers, I guess you could call them.
Yeah.
He has a great time with it. And I think he's not taking, and that's a big thing in pro wrestling, is to not take yourself too serious. or you're just going to lose the fun. And I think that's where I think he's got it down to a science.
I'm mad at him because he tried to steal Mr. Elegance from me. He didn't get it either, but that should have been my that should have been my role.
AJ Zig or whatever from TNA.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
it was a full on. They had video. You could submit videos, and I submitted a video, and I had the best one. I had an endorsement from Angelina Love. Nobody else had that.
He did.
And Ben Bishop submitted one too. I was like, "What are you doing? You already have work. I don't have any work out here, Ben. You're trying to take food off my table for
stealing the spotlight, brother. That's what he does."
I got full on heat with Ben Bishop. Yeah. He's the worst. He's the absolute worst.
Good dude.
If Steve Macklin on the show as well. I gotta admit, you got a lot of people I don't really get along with.
All people
here.
Beef with. Damn.
Yeah, a lot of beef with these people.
So Macklin, I've always liked from afar. I always liked his shtick. I like it, and it's not really a shtick.
I was gonna say I don't think it's a shtick.
Yeah, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like there's characters and then there's real life, and then how do you blend it? I don't think he blends anything. I think he's just him. And he's a badass dude. And I think that we put him in a really cool match. It's our first ever Tiki title totem, which is basically our version of Money in the Bank. And we got this new custom totem thing being made right now, and it's beautiful, and it's like kind of like this big thing, or you hang it. We're gonna kind of do it like nightstick on a pole, because otherwise, where am I hanging this thing? You look over your head, it's just clouds. So just like or sunshine or blue sky. You can't hang it anywhere. So so we're gonna do it like that. But he's in a great match. I mean, that match alone, man. It's him, Jordan Oliver, who has just been tearing up everything he does. Marcus Mathers and Ken Dixon out of Maryland, MCW. Allure, and I think that it's a fatal four-way, and I think it's gonna be one of the matches that people walk away and they're like, "Whew, that was really good." So there's a lot of cool stuff going on at this year's show. A little flavor for everybody.
Joey Janela, I do like. That's someone that you actually have that is
of all the people
get along with.
Janela, listen,
Joey's great.
That's a home game for Joey. Okay, you don't understand. He is a season ticket holder for Martel's Tiki Bar's Tiki Mondays.
That checks out.
It does check out. I don't think he drinks anymore, but when he did,
he doesn't.
Right. So when he did, he was a wild child. I came up with Joey. I was one of the first guys to train with Joey in 2012. One of the first guys I ever met. And then I'm like, "Oh man, what's your character?" He's like, "I don't know. They put this pink fucking leotard on me, and I'm Starman." And I'm like, "Oh, all right, cool." And like, but then he gets thrown off a friggin' building, and all of a sudden he's just, and I'm like, "Oh my god, what happened there?" So, but he's a very, me and him have we go way back, and me and Joey have hated each other at one point, and then we kind of agreed that we're okay in the same locker room. And now I think of Joey, I think the world of the guy, and I think he's done really good business by us. And like I said, it's a home game for him. I think he lives down the street from Martel's Tiki Bar, so I think it actually all checks out. And he, for whatever reason, I don't know how this happened again, 3 years in a row, we were giving him first time ever matches. The first year, he never wrestled Mike Santana one-on-one. I'm sorry, that was the first year. Never wrestled Mike Santana one-on-one. Never happened. Gave it to him. Second year last year, he main evented with Marcus Mathers. Now, those guys have crossed paths at GCW a million times. Apparently, it never happened one-on-one. So, done. This year, I asked him simply, I said, you got anybody in mind? And, because I tried to cater to the guys. We booked the show, but in reality, like, if that's your main draw, like, give him something juicy he can sink his teeth into. And he said, how about Lethal? I said, "You never worked Jay Lethal? You guys are both from New Jersey. How's that even possible?" And he's like, "No, we just never worked." I said, "Say less." So we contacted Lethal, which Jay knows he is the officially the worst texter backer person in the history of people. Love Jay and his work, and Black Machismo will be debuting on the beach. So I'm very, very excited about that.
Oh, paying homage to Randy Savage on the beach. Back at the beach. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Beach blast. Beach blast.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Mm-hmm. So,
are they going to have a lifeguard match?
Maybe War on the Shore 4. We can do that. I know we've been trying to do a lot of cool things. But the lifeguard, the last lifeguard I know was Mike Dell. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but it's been a while.
They got the new Baywatch coming out. It's gonna be
I heard.
and
I heard they casted it just based off of who's got an OnlyFans and who doesn't, right? figure out who looks the best on camera. It's like, can you act? Nah, it doesn't really matter. No, it's like, oh, okay.
I mean, when they cast the original Baywatch, I don't know if any of those people could act. It's like, who looks good in this red swimsuit here?
Yeah, I mean, and I can't say enough good things about David Hasselhoff. So, it's been
a hero.
Cool thing. Right.
When it comes to, so I want to know more kind of just like putting shows together all around, and I know you've talked a little bit about it, but like kind of contacting various talent and working with different promotions. So you mentioned Lethal's going to be there. Obviously, he's an AEW guy. Marcus Mathers, a WWE ID guy. Like, how is it when it comes to promotional relationships?
I will tell you this, and I've said this publicly on my show multiple times. I'm not a fan of these set rules that, TNA, AEW, MLW, some of these guys put in place when it comes to allowing their talent to take independent bookings, because sometimes they said, yeah, you can do whatever you want. You just can't lose. It's like, what? And then that puts us in a blender, because it's like, well, then why am I using you here, or how can I do this here? And like, it makes it difficult, but I'm friends with a lot of people in the business, and I've really got a nice solid Rolodex. Like I said, Pat Buck, Kevin Matthews down at the AEW, they've been great to me with talent. And then of course TNA, I've worked for them once upon a time. I was the ring announcer for Bound for Glory with the old the walkout with Johnny Morrison and Austin Aries. I was on I was the ring announcer for that. So imagine being there for that. Yeah, I was the ring announcer for that. So that was rough, because one, I got Johnny's friggin' location wrong. That was fun, because he got off the turnbuckle and literally whispered in my ear. He's like, "Jackass, you screwed it up." And I'm like, "Now you're gonna make me laugh on live television." That's fun. The relationships are great, and you try to build them a little bit more. Last year, what I did was I took a few chosen independent wrestling companies, and I had them have like showcase matches 2 years ago, because we were nobody yet, right? So Tommy Fierro over at ISPW, who runs, I shit you not, he runs more than WWE, and I'm not kidding. Like, the guy runs, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's been running ISPW for 25, 30 years. And it's one of those promotions where they do cater to the fundraising events, right? But also sometimes they bring in those heavy hitters. He gave me and Payne and Tommy D the chance to put on a couple showcase matches at one of these shows, just to put us on the map. So the relationship with them have always been good. I've been a little bit of a knucklehead with the guy, because I got to puff my chest out too much a couple times. But that's ego that it gets in the way, and that's the old me. It's not me anymore. But the relationship there was good. WrestlePro, GCW. I've known Brett Lauderdale since he was a referee, right? So he refereed a couple of my matches. So like, I've known him a long time. So it's good to have that Rolodex of people, because it makes using said talent so much easier. And you don't want to hurt talent either, because I'm a firm believer, and I don't know if this is ever going to stick, but I really wish independent wrestling across the board and across the entire nation would just stick to stories across promotions. Meaning, if the guy is hurt over here, he shouldn't be wrestling at the next town over. Like, hey, brother, I'm fine. And it's like, nah, man, you're hurt. It's the same. I know it's not real, but like, I believe in that. So when we booked last year, we had Effie go against Richard Holiday, and Effie said, hey, just so you know, Brett said I can put the GCW championship on the line on your show. And I'm like, does he care who wins? He's like, book is yours. You book it the way you want to. I'm like, it's the GCW championship. I don't want to screw that up. I booked it the way we booked it, and it was a great match. Effie is one of the most professional people I've ever worked with and interacted with. He is one of those dudes, man. I love that guy. But yeah, it's just the relationships you make over the time that you're a promoter. There could be good and bad. Like, I do good business with people. I've always treated people with respect when I have them in my locker room. And then, there's some people that you just can't work with anymore either. You find out that they want this, that, and a third on a card. I want to be first. I want to be last. I want to be this. I want to be that. I can't lose. I got to keep me strong. And I'm just like, whew, that was a breath, like, I was like, all right. And he's like, yeah, let me know when the next show is. I was like, okay. It's just like, never, there's no way. I want to make it easy for everybody to go and get along. That's another big thing with me. Locker rooms. Like, you gotta get along with everybody in the locker room. I don't want somebody segregating themselves in the corner because A, he's on TV, or B, he's got heat with everybody. Like, I just make sure everybody gets along. I know that's so hard in independent wrestling, because it's just like there's egos everywhere. And I was one of them once upon a time. I was one of those guys like, that guy said this back in 2013. Nah, screw him. Holding grudges might be the dumbest thing possible when you're trying to build a brand, because it's just like, I had a colleague last night give me a little shit for being on this show, because him and Sap don't get along. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's you. This is me. And I think Sap does fantastic work. And I think Fightful's usually on top of everything. You know, the other guy that's, given 5-star ratings, he can go scratch. I don't give a fuck about that guy. But like, you know, as far as your guys, the credibility is there. So building relationships over time is my shtick. Like I like to do that. So that's the probably the easiest and the hardest part about booking a show is because yes, it's easy to book guys that you like, your friends, right? You don't want to make it too friendly. Like, these guys, like I'm doing a solid this year. And it's one of my best things I think I've ever done with Pain. And it's booked. You might not know them. You should. The Heavenly Bodies, right? Justin Carino and Mark Carino. They have not tagged up for 7 years. Whatever personal stuff is aside, like they broke off. Justin kept wrestling. Mark started a family, like, and so did Justin, but like, they're just conflicting careers. I'm bringing them back. It's a nostalgic thing where I'm like, hey, you guys got to come back for this show. And I'm going to put you against guys you've been friends with for 25 years and Danny Moff and Sean Donovan. So it's like, it's going to be one of those like real good, like almost curtain call moments for myself. Like, hey, I did this. This is great. But like also at the same time, yes, the Heavenly Bodies are coming back. I'm seeing the comments. But like I really do appreciate nostalgia and I appreciate good relationships. And I think that, it's been probably the most rewarding thing I've done is to either establish a relationship, reestablish a relationship, bury the bullshit that we may or not have back in the day. But I'm just trying to do right by everybody. I'm doing the best I can. I usually call myself a one-man band, but that's not true because Pain is very much, if you've seen pictures and videos of these set events, the set, the design, the landscape of the beach, that's Chris Pain's wheelhouse. He's made, every time I look at what he's designed, I'm like, bro, how did you do this on sand? Like, how did you do this? This doesn't make any sense. And he's just, he's just awesome.
Dave, before we kind of let you go, sorry, SP3, I didn't cut you off.
No, I just wanted to ask about because you told us already in this interview you wear so many hats with like commentary, ring announcing before. Like we've heard about, your background with wrestling and being a promoter. What's the most difficult thing about being a ring announcer or a commentator in comparison to your other positions in wrestling?
Oh, man, commentary now that I'm not making it like a goal or a priority, like I'm again, people are gonna look at this or hear this and say like he's full of shit. If AEW or TNA or any of those guys called me up right now in the frame of mind that I'm in right now in my life and being home with my family, like, and they said, hey, we need a new voice, come on board, I'm gonna respectfully decline. I don't care how much money they give me, right? Right now is the fun part. Commentary is the fun part of my career right now because now I can go to ACW and let it rip. Because I'm having some of the greatest calls I've ever had, right? So that's the easy part for me. Give me a microphone, and I basically never met a microphone that I didn't love, right? Like it doesn't matter who's in the crowd, how many people are in the crowd. It could be 2 people, could be 20,000, doesn't matter. I'm easy on the mic. I'm easy to just, that comes naturally to me. And I've always, people in your comments before, like, he's got a great voice. Like, yeah, I know, tell the higher ups back in the day when I was chasing these dreams, right? But like, it's who it's how much ass you kiss, and I get it, and I'm not gonna do that. So the commentary and the ring announcing right now has been my favorite part as a side thing, right? It's like a hey, I get to go to ACW, which has the most professional locker room I've ever been in. Shit, it's got catering, like real catering. And I'm like, oh, like, what is this, Penny Vodka? What's going on over here? I was like, I'm real excited about shit like that. But those guys are great, and we're trying to replicate that. Now that it's cool because like as a commentator and the voice of that company, I also get to see how they run things. So then I can take it, apply it back to Fight Factory, and I get to pick the brains of guys like, on the constant basis, Vic and Hale, who are the top dogs over there at ACW. And then there's also Tommy Dreamer, who I don't care what anybody says about Tommy Dreamer. He's one of the best minds I've ever actually got the chance to, actually talk to. Tommy Dreamer's I'm a Tommy Dreamer guy. So miss me, sue me, whatever. I don't care. But like, I think that, but I get to pick the brains of guys that are like fresh off TV. I remember talking to Real One, Enzo, right after one of his matches. And it was after the end of the night, and I came downstairs. He's like, bro, did you call that whole event by yourself? And I'm like, yeah, wait. It was on down here. Like the whole locker room was watching me or listening to me call. He's like, bro, you got it. You got it. And I'm just like, okay, like that's cool to hear. That guy's been to the main stage. You know what I'm saying? So it's rewarding. It's easier. I want to say it's not the easiest. Commentary in this line of work is very hard. And I've actually got a chance to reconnect with somebody that I've also known since 2012. I'm bringing on Veda Scott from GCW. She's going to call a couple matches, which I'm very excited about because she's very good at what she does. And I think that, she put out a post not too long ago and says how hard it is. And it is. It's you have to kiss ass. And it's like, if you're not going to do that, then don't expect yourself to sign any contracts anytime soon. It's just talent used to be the thing that worked. And now it's like, hey, how many people do you know? Who do you know? This, that, and the third. It sucks. That whole part sucks. And that's why I stopped chasing it. And that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to have fun with it. So to roundabout, I talk too much, but roundabout answer, it's easier to commentate and it's easier to ring announce when it's not the focal point of my career. The hard part now is promoting shows, getting people in the door, doing the finances, the merch, the promotions, the editing, the video. I'm doing all of that, all of it. And it's tiring. It's taxing. I'm not getting home till like 10 o'clock at night sometimes. This is my home, my little man cave here, but I can't do all the things I want to do. So I got to go down to the studio and do it. Right. So it's taxing, long days, but I know at the War on the Shore on July the 14th, it's going to pay off again. So I'm very excited.
Last one here for you, Dave, because we are a basketball podcast that masquerades as a wrestling podcast. And I was checking your Twitter and I see you're a Knicks fan. So how you feeling after these last couple of weeks? I'm a Thunder fan, so I kind of appreciate what you guys did in the finals, I must say. And SP3 is a Lakers fan who lives in New York but hates the Knicks. So he's.
I mean, look, you can probably see it behind me. I'm New York all the way through except for football. I'm a Dallas Cowboys ridiculous diehard.
That's how I am. That's how I am with the Knicks. I'm a New York fan for most other sports, but not the Knicks.
Yeah. But as far as the Knicks, I don't know if there was a better moment in recent memory. And the cool part is back in 2009, the Yankees won the World Series, and I was able to be out and get sprayed with champagne with my friends and just have a rowdy time. I'm 40 now. Those days are probably behind me. But I think the most rewarding thing about this run is that I got to watch every single playoff game with my daughter and my son, and they're little. So I'm teaching them little by little, and they're starting to nickname people and this, that, and they're like, what? I remember when the Knicks won the Eastern Conference, she goes, why isn't Jalen smiling? I said, and then I pulled a Mamba. I was like, job not finished.
Job not done.
Job finished. Job not finished. So then we won the championship, and I tell you what, man, there's a video that kind of went semi-viral, not much, but I woke my entire town up. I live in a small town, but they all heard me. And if the cops were called, I didn't give a shit. I'm like, come on, put me in. I don't care. This is the one moment that I've been waiting for my entire life. I said to my daughter, I said, you guys are so lucky. You guys get to go to school the next day with and of course, Dad was going to get up at 7 a.m. to get all the gear. So I got all the championship hats, the shirts, the next day. Well, then, I sent him to school with all that. And I said, when I was a kid, I got to go to school with the starter jackets with the NFL, the Cowboys Super Bowls in the 90s, and the Yankees and the Rangers won the Cup in 94. So I was like, oh, dude, my childhood was a blessing. And then it went to shit, and I got nothing after that. And I was like, what the hell? when am I ever going to win? So for me to enjoy this one with my daughter and my son, and have them do the Jalen pose and shit, I was like, this is, I cannot say, I don't know if there's been a happier moment other than the birth of them. But there was a lot of that in my wedding. If I don't say my wedding, she'll fucking kill me.
Yeah.
But that and just having that moment of just, it was euphoric, but it was also we did it. You can't talk about 94 anymore. You can't talk about 99 anymore. You just can't bring that shit up. I mean, you could, but you can't now. And Jerry
was all
Ferrara,
worth it.
Right. Jerry Ferrara, Turtle from Entourage, one of my favorite people in the world. Right. He's I've had him on a couple shows with me, and he goes, I can't stop watching these highlights. I said, listen, Sam Rosen said this when the Rangers won the Cup in 94. This one will last a lifetime. And so will this one. This one I will take. I've made so many jokes about it. You could tell me hey, man, the traffic over here. You had to see there's a 9-car pileup, and everybody's okay though. And I'm just like, yeah, that's the Knicks won the championship though. I'm just flipping on its ear like I don't give a shit. Like, oh yeah, that sucks. As long as everybody's okay, that's cool. But did you see Brunson in the fourth quarter of that last game?
Like, look at the positive. The Knicks won the championship.
You can't tell me nothing anymore. I was just like, dude, I will take this all the way. So yes, I'm a very happy Knicks fan, and Team USA going into the World Cup, and lost last night, but like.
Charitable victory. We gave Turkey the win. They'd already they're eliminated. We didn't need it. It was like, here you guys go. You guys feel good about yourselves.
Yeah, great. But when did they start calling it Turkey?
I was wondering that too.
Like, why is he not? Is he okay? Like, is he struggling out? Like, what's happening over there? And I feel like I'm like, oh, it's. And then I looked it up, and then you got people in the Twitter comments like, how did you not know that? I'm like, because what the fuck? I like sports, bro. Like in wrestling, I'm not Mr. Historian. And
yeah,
2022 they went to Congress, and isn't it? I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, just stop. They're Turkey to me. They're always going to be Turkey to me, and that's just that. But I told everybody that will listen. I said, if USA wins the World Cup out of nowhere, which I think their odds are ridiculous to win it, but if they win it, you best believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl this year. This is the
I like that comment.
And then put me in the ground. I'm just like, I'm good. I've seen it. I'm good. Good night. And that's it.
So. I like that confidence. Two quick things on that. And when OKC won last year, I completely understand the feeling of like, you couldn't tell me something had happened. I'm like, okay, but like we're the champions, so who really cares what else is going on in life? We're still the champions right now.
Right.
Two, I feel not like jealous or anything of your kids, but anytime like that happens, is kind of, my kids don't really like sports, but I always think that too of my kids are calling like, oh, the 2025 NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder is like, you don't know the fucking pain that I've experienced out here. Like,
and you guys are relatively, I still say you guys are new, even though it's not the case anymore.
Yeah,
but like, it's way far beyond the new part. But like, yeah, I mean, like, you guys got one of the best players in the world on your team, right? So it's like, you better not screw this up. And now I think you guys just drafted a guy taller than Wemby or something like that. I'm just like,
about the same, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But I'm just like, oh, this is why they did it, because now you're gonna put. And by the way, Wemby, you're a bitch, bro. You're a bitch. I don't give a shit. What a flopping little.
He has legit became the most hated basketball player in New York.
It was so frustrating.
He is on Reggie Miller levels right now. Like, and I'm like, bro, the way that he fucking threw Brunson down like a choke slam, I'm like, wait a minute. It's like, anybody else should just elbow that guy right in the throat after that. Like, I'm old school. Don't do that again.
Well, they would get 50 games if they elbowed him. He got 0 games.
Right.
It was so frustrating, the OKC series, because, we came into that series. We're the villain. Oh, we flop, and the refs are on our side, and all this stuff. And I'm like, sure. I'm like, oh, the Spurs it's gonna be so great when the Spurs. They were talking after like game 2 of like, you can't be that physical with Wemby. I can't believe they're playing so physical with him.
He looks like if the wind blows too long, he's gonna snap in half. Like, boys got to hit the gym.
I was like, what are we talking about? This physical. And then, of course, the Spurs win. Everybody's like, oh, this is so great for the league. The Thunder have been taken down. And then they got to the finals, and all of a sudden people realize, oh, wait, the Spurs kind of suck. They're kind of assholes out here. Because we actually like the Knicks. We didn't like the Thunder, so we just excused everything the Spurs were doing. We like the Knicks. So now we see that the Spurs, I was like, thank you for realizing, what we were going through. That's why I was appreciating that the Knicks won.
Public enemy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could just go down. And Harper played at Rutgers last year, so I was like rooting for him over here in Jersey. I'm like, this is great. He's going to be great. He gets drafted. I'm like, oh, good for him. I think he's going to do good with the Spurs. And then you play him in the finals, and you're like, I hope he misses every fucking shot. It's crazy.
Played well for the Spurs,
right? And he's going to be a star in the league. I know he is. You can feel it. Like, he just doesn't. He's not fazed by the big moments. So like, that's the kind of shit that's going to make him better. So, crazy.
Dave, we appreciate you joining us. Let everybody know, again, where they can find you at. Let everybody know about Fight Factory, Raw on the Shore 3. Get all the plugs in. People are asking you to do like a movie trailer announcer voice for the plug. You don't really have to do that, but you know what I mean?
No. I don't have a cameo or anything like that, but if you want to shoot me a DM, I'll do my best. I don't know, but yeah, Fight Factory Wrestling US on the old Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I'm at Dave Sturchio on Twitter and Instagram. But the Fight Factory Wrestling presents one more time the War on the Shore 3 going down Tuesday night. I know it's like Tuesday. Well, it's in the summer, so there's a lot of vacationers, and we packed the beach just a lot. So War on the Shore 3, July 14th. Starting at 5:30 the doors, 7 o'clock bell time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Great lineup, great lineup. Check out the website, fightfactorwrestlingnj.com and all that stuff. And the last thing I'll do, only because I love her to death, she's a great person. This is my Rebel shirt. Make sure you support Rebel and ALS and everything that she's got going on, because I've met her once upon a time. And trust me when I tell you, when I met her the first time, I was like, wait a minute. You were a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader? Like, what? Like, I was so excited about that. I was like, this is great. But she's always been a sweetheart, and she's going through a lot right now. So shout out to Rebel. Go to shopaew.com, support her as well. So, but thank you guys for the time. I really do appreciate it. And everybody watching, and I'm not a vindictive person. Anybody's like, I saw one thing is like, how does he not know about our culture? I'm sorry. Like, it's not like I'm not a dick. I just try to be funny. I'm not like, oh, screw those guys in Turkey. I don't. It's like, they're great. I'm sure the Turkish people are amazing people. I'm not that dude. So
we appreciate it, Dave. Hey, the link never changes. If you ever get bored, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern on a weekday,
you want to talk basketball,
talk hoops with us.
Yeah,
we're here all the time. All right.
Absolutely, boys. Absolutely. This was fun, man. And have a great weekend. Listen, loaded, ridiculous weekend of wrestling this weekend. It's almost like I called it the wrestling apocalypse. Good thing that they're all spaced out. And I say spaced out because it's like WWE's got Saturday, right? They got the thing, whatever, Saudi. I'm sure it's going to be a great show. AEW has Forbidden Door, and TNA has Slammiversary. And I was like, everybody's like, well, I can't watch Slammiversary and TNA. Slammiversary and AEW at the same time. I was like, sure you can. I was like, TNA will be done by 10, and the AEW will have at least 3 more hours of action after that. So they're go to like 2 a.m. on the East Coast. So yeah, it's a great weekend for wrestling. Enjoy it. Try not to be too hard of a critique. Just enjoy what you enjoy. And if you don't like it, change the channel. You don't have to voice your opinion. You could. That's what this is for. But just be nicer. Who cares? Not that serious.
Appreciate it, Dave.
Thanks,
you have a good
Dave.
day.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Take care.
Thanks, man.
Later, man.
There you go. Dave Sturchio from Fight Factory. Very fun interview.
Yes.
That came together very last minute. But we appreciate Dave joining us here on the program today. The news kind of broke during that interview, and I didn't want to fully derail things, but Joe Doring unfortunately passed away during it said, so Maple Leaf Pro put out this statement, and I will read their statement to make sure everything is correct here. If I can find it, my computer does not give me a bunch of trouble here. Passed away at 9:13 a.m. today. He had been battling brain cancer. He was moved to hospice just a couple days ago. He had 3 times brain cancer that he'd been battling over the years. He hadn't wrestled since 2022, I believe, as he's continued to battle. 44 years old, just very sad. I remember watching him in TNA, and he obviously got a lot of comparisons to Stan Hansen. He wrestled in New Japan a few times. He wrestled in All Japan a lot, and he had kind of everything you would want from that style of wrestler. And unfortunately, with his health, he just wasn't able to kind of continue in the ring for a lengthy period of time. But very sad to see Joe Doring pass away. Condolences to his family. I know he had a wife. He had children, and just very sad to see. And only 44 as well. But condolences to Joe Doring and his family.
Yes, condolences, prayers to the family, friends, fans of Joe Doring. Definitely heartbreaking, especially being that young, being only 44 years old. And no one likes cancer. Cancer is horrible, and it takes another person. But I was a big fan of Joe Doring during his time in TNA. Him working with Eric Young, they were one of kind of like the highlights of the pandemic era for me. And like you said, a lot of comparisons to Stan Hansen, that kind of beat him up, lariat style of pro wrestling, Joe Doring did it well, and he had a big. I remember he had a big matchup with Josh Alexander during his TNA World Championship reign as well. So he was a guy that got kind of given a main event spot at one point. Was a big fixture in like the faction with Eric Young. He was in the tag team division for a while. So definitely a guy that was very talented, and unfortunately, this disease that we all hate so much, it takes another person, unfortunately.
Yeah. And RIP to Joe Doring. I know he's been battling over the years, and anytime you see someone's moved to hospice, you kind of know at that point.
Yeah.
So that was sad to see just a few days ago, and then obviously today, this morning, with the news. There's no smooth transition out of that. I don't really have a great transition out of that. But TNA was last night, SP3. We're not going to go through the entire show.
Was it really?
Yeah, we're not. I mean, no, but we're not going to go through the entire show.
No, just making, I don't think it really was. I mean, I watched it this morning because I knew I was going to be on the show today, and I was just like...
Yeah, but I don't care to talk TNA. That was definitely
a show. That was definitely a show that existed.
I don't care to talk TNA. Joel makes me talk TNA because even though he reviews the show, he's like, well, let's talk more. Even though he hates TNA, apparently, but he wants to talk about it for 5 hours.
It's a bit. It's a bit at this point.
It's an annoying bit because I got to talk about TNA. I hate the bit.
Who is he trying to fool, though? Like, who's convinced by this bit? I don't think anyone in the chat is convinced that Joel hates TNA.
Yeah, he actually loves it.
He actually loves it. Why would you willingly talk about TNA more than once?
Yeah, I think the bit sucks because it forces me to talk about TNA.
This is coming from a guy who said that he was quitting talking about TNA after last year's Slammiversary.
Oh. And here he is
going into this year's Slammiversary. He's still doing it by himself.
Yeah, Cresta actually got out. She's like, nah, I'm good.
Cresta got out. Cresta was a woman of her word, not Joel Pearl.
Yeah. I have no desire to talk about TNA. Joel forces me to, but SP3.
This segment sucked. I don't know why we're talking about it. Like
No. This segment ruled. This was one of the greatest segments I've ever seen. It is the World Title Summit with Mike Santana and Nick Nemeth. When you think of like a summit, it's supposed to be like this almost like a mafia meeting, like, oh, let's get all the heads of the family at the table to sit down and talk business and chop it up and everything. Like, that's what you think of when you think of like a summit like that. At least me. I don't know about anybody else, but that's what I think of. It's like a mafia type of movie type stuff. I'm watching a lot of The Penguin. See it all the time in The Penguin with the families meeting and stuff. It's like, all right, here we go. The heads of TNA. Mike Santana's here. The world champion. Nick Nemeth, the challenger. Carlos Silva, for some reason, with his dumb hat. And Gia Miller. And instead of sitting down at, like, a nice... SP3's going to go to sleep. That's fine. Instead of sitting down at a nice, like, restaurant or, boardroom or something, they go into the break room of this arena. They are in the break room. You can see like the little phone on the wall. You can see the sink in the background. You can see the coffee maker. I'm pretty sure there was a vending machine somewhere back there. It is the break room of this. Wait, the Thunder made a trade? Oh no, what trade? Isaiah Joe to...
Finally got him off of this crap.
Isaiah Joe to Detroit for 2 future second round picks. Okay. I mean, we're cutting money. That's fine. That's to be expected. It's not like I want to get a player back at some point, but I imagine Dort will get us a player, maybe. But yeah, we got to trade. We got to
Really?
trade people for money. Dort's still got value. Dort's still a good player. Dort's got value. I mean, we'll see. Maybe he won't, but all right. It sucks to lose Isaiah Joe, but I was prepared going into this offseason to lose Wiggins, Joe, and Dort, and so far 2 out of 3 are gone. So, none of this is out of the ordinary. Okay, thank you for letting me know that the Thunder made a trade. I got text Slammer right fast. Good, that's a good pickup from Detroit. They needed like shooting and offense.
Hey,
All right.
I'm all for Detroit getting better. So I don't.
Well, they might lose Jalen Duren. Apparently, he won.
Yeah.
The offer to him was bad, and so they might lose him. Okay, this TNA segment. They're in the break room, right? And Carlos Silva's there, adding absolutely nothing to this whole segment, which is a very hilarious part. And Santana and Nemeth are talking. And Santana's like, you go on all these Australian tours. You don't actually care about TNA. I was like, okay, so you're saying like this guy would rather go to Australia instead of come to TNA. And then Nick Nemeth fires back with like, one day you'll know about being paid hundreds, thousands, millions of dollars for people to want to show up to your show. And I'm like, so are you saying that like TNA is not paying him well to show up because he's the champion and you're like, you don't know anything about being paid that well? And then they play this music during this segment, right?
And then he also say, I think Santana said he's never leaving. It was just like, what?
Yeah,
it was like, you better get out of there, man.
Yeah,
we trying to get you out of there, man. What you doing?
But them playing this music is so fun because they think this is like cinematic, like amazing stuff. You guys are shooting this in the break room with like one light in the corner, and we can see the boom mic coming down on this whole segment. Like what? This is not cinema out here. I hate to break it to you. You add in post effects. You're hitting Santana hits him with a belt, or Nemeth hit him with a belt, and you hear like the big boom sound effect that they added in post production and everything. This is not cinema, folks. It's not. You guys went and found a table in the break room and was like, "Hey, sit here and let's film this segment." And then the acting is so bad.
It's so bad.
It's
really
so terrible.
Especially,
and they're cursing.
When they asked Carlos Silva to say something. I was like, why?
Oh, yeah. They're cursing to, make it seem like this is real. Because they're out here cursing. And Ryan Nemeth jumps in and Santana brushes him off and then Nick attacks him. And then my favorite line is at the end of it when they're about to leave and Nick is picking up and he's like, Ryan, get up. Let's fucking go. Of course, I got to bleep out the fucking. And then they just walk out. They wanted it to be so dramatic. Like, let's get out. We took care of business. We got the jewels. We got the money. Let's get out of here before the police arrive. This segment rules. If you've not seen it, it's like 2.5 minutes. It's really hilarious.
Bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, it's god awful, but that's what makes it awesome.
You never watched In the Weeds before. Just know when Jeremy says something that it ruled or it was awesome, that means it sucks.
It's the worst thing ever. Yeah.
It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah. You know who is like actually the worst person ever? Cam Hawkins is here. But that means you're the best, Cam. We just established the worst means the best, and the best means the worst.
Hi, guys.
How you doing, Cam?
Listen, I'm doing well. I saw that the title of the show was, is Tony Khan going to buy TNA for $40 million? And I had to jump in because we all, like universally, in the moment, I don't know if Thurston realized like that he made a moment,
Oh, yeah.
Like I feel like he was kind of serious. And it was like collectively the funniest thing any of us have ever heard because what's the hardest thing to get out of Tony Khan? A straight answer.
Yeah.
Very well media trained. He has this ability to kind of dance around what he's talking about, but make you feel good about the answer. Very, very skilled. Thurston said, Hey, would you be interested in buying TNA? Tony said, for how much? He said 40 million. No. I was sitting there like, oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so good. You know, it was absolutely perfect.
All timer.
Yeah, it was very, very well done. Side note. So
why is your camera acting like a VHS tape?
Yeah.
Did anybody see that for a second?
Am I watching Spice Channel in 1997?
You know what that is? You know what that is? That's the ceiling fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the ceiling fan. So that's a ceiling fan. It's great.
Did you not fix the tracking on your VCR?
Tracking. Oh my god! I've watched Backrooms like 5 times now. Which satisfies like my 90s nostalgia and like my slow horror build. And it's a lot of that. But yeah, no, it was a great moment on a, like Forbidden Door is kind of a, I'm not SP3, who watches all wrestling and is fan and expert at all wrestling. I don't catch a lot of the Japan stuff. So the Forbidden Door media days are kind of, for me, like, okay, I kind of know who these guys are. I understand the interest. It's not really for me. I'm there because I'm invited there. But yeah, man, what a moment. 40 million. He said absolutely not. It was very, it was so good.
I wanted Thurston to lowball the question and just be like 10 million and see what Tony would say about 10 million.
But to his credit, he said, at a lower price, of course I'm interested. Which was showing love. It was really cool. AJ Francis yesterday was on TikTok. He was on TikTok live with a guy who I'm not familiar with. It was a British black guy who I think is going to manage him this weekend. And it was just the funniest thing ever because he was saying British things for like 30 minutes. Yeah, bruv. Don't put me in the dirt, bruv. Protect me, bruv. The best big man in wrestling, bruv. And I was just sitting there like, oh, this is amazing. This is incredible. And AJ was just fucking playing NCAA while that guy was just running his mouth. And I was like, that's a manager. That's a manager right there. Yeah. It was incredible. No, I don't have a lot. Last couple of weeks, what's happened? I did a podcast with Big E. Big E's book is on pre-sale right now. One of my favorite people, not just in wrestling, but in the world. Just an amazing human. I know you guys have seen the Chris Van Vliet interview, a couple of other things. Shout out to Fightful for boosting our podcast, us talking. But Big E is, a book about his journey, his mental health, about, keeping it together. Just, again, one of the most impressive people I know. And it meant a lot for me, for him to reach out to me to just want to talk. But yeah, go pre-order his book and catch that on Amazon. Last week, shout out to BRP, did a piece on the New Day. Got to talk about, their impact, not just as wrestlers, but as men, because they are, the three of them, very impressive men who have influenced me and other people in ways that you can't replicate. Kofi Kingston made me cry about wrestling. I've never cried about wrestling. Never cried about anything on my television screen. But yeah, salute to those brothers. But salute to Black Wrestling for the BRP 50. A lot of new names on there, which is really cool. Got to do the full circle thing yesterday with my kid, Sis Maya World, which was great. There's no better feeling than a talent doing media day and not knowing that you're coming up. And so then we get on. It's like, oh, my God. And she said the best thing. So, of course, Maya this weekend, Owen finals against Mercedes Moné, her idol. And she's super geeked for that. But as we're talking, she was like, yeah, you just never know. Last month at the pay-per-view, I was with you. And I was like, oh, yeah. we were outside eating crawfish. This life is a crazy one. Salute to the kid. Today's going to be a day. I'm probably going to put out that full Maya interview. Also spoke with Kendall Gray, which was super cool. And I asked her the big question. How do you deal with the most prominent people in this space saying that you have a chance to be the best American female wrestler ever? Gave a great answer.
And I would have appreciated if you said my name. I'm just saying. I was doing it I've been shooting in the gym way before Dave
That is
Meltzer got
true.
here. The gym
is
was
true.
closing down and Dave got here.
He's late to the party. I dig it. She was a delight. You know, doing this, and Jeremy, you know this. There's only, as you do this, and a lot of times you're going to talk to people you know, or people you've met, or people you've interacted with. So with her, it was something I've never talked to, never spoken with, and so that gives me a little bit of a push, a little bit of joy having to do this thing brand new, because you know we're so entrenched in this thing that a lot of times you're talking to people you've met, people you've hung out with, people you've been at the bar with, but this was brand new, so it was really cool to talk to somebody I haven't talked to, and yeah, she was a delight, man. So yeah, it's a lot coming up. It's Kendall Gray, it's Maya World, of course. The thing with Big E is out. Me and Inside Baseball, so me and Sol Ruka did a thing, and it was going to come out. Then the thing happened. So it's coming. But, you know, we don't know when. You know, the move didn't go as planned. She got a lot of
I thought that's
negative
what,
reaction. And so that thing is, it's there. But she was a great conversation too. Yeah, they got a lot of good kids coming up. It's really interesting. This 25, 26 and under crowd, this group of female wrestlers, very dedicated, very focused, super athletic. There's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on. And then of course, I have the thing happening. Am I allowed to talk about it yet?
I don't know.
I am allowed to talk about it.
Okay.
Because I couldn't talk about it before, but I wrote the cover story for the next PWI coming out.
Okay.
And it's I'm searching for the words. It's a good friend of mine. It's the first person that we interviewed for Yahoo Uncrowned. A very fun story to write. So yeah. You can connect the dots eventually, but yeah, it was a writing for a magazine is very different than writing for an online publication. You have to be a bit more concrete. You can't post a hot link so people knows what you're talking about. Like people know what you're talking about. But yeah, it was a very fun thing to write. It was like probably like 2 days before the wedding too. So he was in high spirits. He was feeling great. But yeah, man, it was very fun. And of course, this weekend, I get to see two of my best friends in wrestling compete for the U.S. title. So that's going to be very, very fun. Well, I say I get to see it. I don't watch them shows, but I'm going to be rooting for them boys on the phone. That'll be fun.
I think you could say 2 days before the wedding, and there were like two kind of big wrestling weddings over the last couple of weeks.
Well, one of them was black.
Yes.
I don't know.
Hey, there was black people at the other wedding.
I'm sure.
I know black people.
One of them was a black ass wedding. But yeah. The last thing I want to say, the thing I did for BRP, salute to my man Danny O'Ryan, salute to my man LVJ, salute to my man Jay Sharp, and salute to Adam Bernard for I wanted to do something a little different. So I had some it being the BRP, it being a celebration of black wrestlers. It's a BRP 50, not the BRP 100, right? So I recruited a couple of my nephews from Texas Independent Wrestling and let them say a piece on the New Day to give them a little shine. Just because, we can talk all day, me, SP3, Jeremy, about what wrestling means to us, what wrestlers mean to us. We are not pro wrestlers. And so the way that those guys inspired those three, LVJ, Jay Sharp, Danny O'Ryan, the way that Amaya World absolutely worships, and I mean that complimentary, worships a Mercedes Moné. I don't know if any generation of media has gotten that. Because I told Maya, normally your wrestling idols are washed up by the time you get in the ring. Like they're too beat up, they're too long in the tooth to compete. But she gets to beat Athena in the semis and face Mercedes in the finals. Like you can't dream it up any better for a young talent, you know? And so it was important to me to get to put those guys in a position where they may never meet a Biggie, a Kofi, a Woods, but I know Biggie and Kofi and Woods are going to read that. So they get to see that they're appreciated. You know what I mean? Oh. Do you see the comments at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. So hear me out. As far as the list being WWE centric, wrestling is WWE centric. If you made a list of the best 50 football players of all time, they'd probably all be from the NFL. And that's not a knock to what anybody else is doing, but when you create these things, part of media is the largest outlet is going to get love. That's just kind of how it goes, you know? And on top of that, Swerve not being on the list. Listen, if I'm having a conversation and you tell me to leave you out of the conversation and I do it, you can't be upset. And again, listen, Swerve, me and Swerve have made magic. I wrote about Swerve for Complex. Swerve and Cody, the only two guys. I got mad love for Swerve. Swerve decided he did not want to be a part of it, and they respected that. And I do not think it needs to be any deeper than that. These are adults who, who decided that's how they're going to go about it. Nobody would ever knock how good Swerve is. Swerve, I told Ricky one time, and this is before Swerve was really solidified in AEW. I said, Rick, the wrestling is so good. It doesn't matter if he figures out the character because the wrestling is so good. Swerve's amazing. Swerve made a decision that he did not want to be included in that, and that's just what it is. I got love for the BRP. I got love for Swerve, but
I didn't understand. I mean, I do understand why it's a big deal because everything's got to be a big deal on social media. But I saw it and I was like, he asked not to be included. They didn't include him. What's the issue here?
It's people that have.
We want to champion the people that we love. We want to champion the people we care about, and so I get that. But whenever somebody, and this is not a knock to you specifically, whenever somebody says this list is invalid because X or Y or Z, no, it's not. No, it's not. You have the ability to make your own list.
Exactly.
Crank it out. Like no list is invalid. It's what you were thinking, and I think I think that Oba and Trick and Javon being so high, it speaks to how they make you feel, and that's a big part of it. You know, how people make you feel really does matter, and I don't know if between Oba and Swerve, I don't know if anybody made a crowd feel better about wrestling in the BRP. Like the way that people respond to them, the way people want them to be successful, the way they make you feel. To me, you can go out and wrestle a classic every night. I know some amazing wrestlers who could go and go and go and go and go. If they don't feel you, what does it mean? I don't know. And people feel them, you know. But also, last comment, that's why I hate lists in general. Yes. That's why my rule is no lists, no rankings, because I'm kind of a cranky asshole. And so when you start to tell me, why did you put such and such here? Because I fucking felt like it. That's why that's the reason I did it. Does that work for you? Are you okay? Yeah, so no. But it was I appreciate them letting me contribute. Again, the New Day, some of my favorite people in wrestling, and Big E specifically, one of my favorite people in the entire world. I wish that everybody got a chance to sit down and talk to him and really get to know him. An absolutely beautiful soul. Go pre-order that book. I'm getting a hard copy just to have on my shelf. I might get the audio book and I'll just put it on my shelf and let it sit there so I look important. Guys, thank you
Very
forever
nice.
for your time. Again,
one last question.
I'm sorry.
One last question. Question. On a scale from Ringside News to Donald Trump, how much do you hate Kanan this season on Raising Kanan?
Ooh, SP3, I'm not locked in yet.
Okay.
I think knowing it's the last season is, I don't feel like I have to watch it on time. What they did to my man Lou broke my heart, but it had to happen, right?
Yeah.
But listen, if y'all aren't up on game, I gotta check out that Cape Fear. Woo. There's a Cape Fear show. Javier Bardem is playing the Max Cady role. Woo. They got a banger on Apple TV. Also, Widow's Bay, the ultimate love letter to Stephen King, also on Apple TV. Very good stuff. And like I'm shilling for everybody, right? You ain't seen Backrooms? Watch Backrooms. If you have not seen Obsession, get with your friends and watch Obsession in a group full of people so we can see which one of y'all are really the piece of shit. But guys, got a student. Thank you for your time as always. Be safe, all right?
Thanks, kid. There you go. Cam Hawkins popping in. I didn't realize. I see Jose talking about the Bear. Apparently, all the season.
Yeah, it came out last night.
Okay, nobody spoil it. I got to finish up the Penguin.
I haven't. I watched Power and The Shy this morning. I haven't got into the Bear. I'll probably try to sneak in an episode after we're done here before I do the Forbidden Door preview.
I gotta finich the Penguin, and then I will go through the Bear because I don't like watching two.
I gotta see if I can finish the Bear this weekend because I gotta be ready for Wednesday. Wednesday is when it's gonna get good.
What's Wednesday?
We got X-Men 97.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll probably wait up on X-Men because that's gonna come out weekly again, right?
Yeah, that's gonna come out weekly. Yeah, The Shy has been really good this final season, made up for last season not being so good. I agree, Ryan. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. I can't wait for X-Men 97. And I have been keeping up with Love Island UK. I don't watch the USA version. It's inferior to the UK version. But I have been watching Love Island this season, King Petite.
I gotta get through the Penguin. I'm on episode 4. I think it's the middle of episode 4. It's the one where Sophia gets committed to Arkham. I haven't seen the full episode, but she's just getting committed to Arkham. And so that's where I'm at there. Once I get
Sophia was my favorite character.
She's great
from that first season.
She's great.
Did you go to the episode where she wears the yellow dress or the lime green dress?
Maybe.
Okay, you might not know what I'm talking about. It's the Sophia episode. Everybody knows it as the Sophia episode.
This feels like a Sophia episode because it's been nothing but her so far. But I don't remember what dress she's wearing.
You will know. You would watch when you watch that episode. You gonna come and you gonna be like, oh, okay, now I understand.
Okay, all right. I'll take your word for it. See, yeah, Xenoar says it's episode 4. I mean, this is a very Sophia episode because it's the flashback of again where she finds out that her father is a piece of shit and killed all these women, and then he has her frame. He pins it all on her, and she gets committed to Arkham. But right now she's just in Arkham. But I don't remember her wearing a lime green dress before this because she was just doing.
Maybe it's the next episode then. If you're finding out what the father did to her, then yeah, it's probably the next episode.
Okay, that's fine. Well, again, I'll keep watching it. I'll try to finish this episode probably tonight, and then we'll see sort of after that because this weekend's gonna be tough to watch anything. So yeah, that one's gonna be a tough one. All right. TNA, as we were discussing.
Do we really have to?
No, not the segment. I mentioned that the segment was the greatest segment of all time, so I don't have to discuss that anymore. But we were discussing the sale that is not really a sale, apparently. This is from Mike Johnson, who said, over the last several days, there have been online reports that TNA is in the market looking for 30 to 50 million price tag. And speaking with several sources yesterday and today, in both TNA and its parent company, Anthem, PW Insider is told that currently the company is not for sale and Anthem has not been seeking a sale. Anthem sources specifically denied the price tag, making it the rounds, describing it as undervaluing TNA as it currently exists. Sources also denied reports that WWE would currently have the right of first refusal to match any offers for the company. One source claimed the timing of the stories appeared to be aimed at hurting the company as it headed into Slammiversary, and bemoaned the fact that a social media account with no track record or real following threw out grandiose statements, and everyone parroted it for no reason other than to grab attention for themselves. They also pointed out that Anthem turned down Scott D'Amore when he offered to buy the company several years back. Yeah, Scott D'Amore tried to pay $10 million for the company. So, I mean, they did turn that down. But if they think that 30 to 50 is undervaluing, then obviously they turned down. That doesn't tell me that it's not for sale. That just tells me they weren't going to take $10 million for it.
That's all that really tells me. You ain't really telling me anything.
You know what really killed the value of the company is when Brandon Thurston said 40 million and Tony Khan was like, no, absolutely not.
That's insulting. That's just mean.
That is what killed the value of the company. When Tony Khan, who just likes collecting wrestling companies and loves wrestling more than maybe anyone on the planet, is like 40 million. Nah, we good on that.
I wish he would have said, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
Absolutely hilarious. That was the funniest thing I'd ever heard on that media call yesterday. Tony tried to bullshit a little bit afterwards, like, oh, if it came at a price that became more reasonable, we'd have to look at it and talk about it and all this stuff. But the fact that he gave that flat no immediately, it's like, yeah, we know how you really feel. Because it wasn't Thurston saying 40 million and Tony being, I don't know. That might be a little too high. Yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting.
That's interesting. I'd have to talk about that with my team and see what the real value was, negotiate a little bit, see if we couldn't get a better price. But TNA has a lot of value. It has a great tape library with a lot of great wrestlers who are still in AEW. We'd have to figure out the contracts and figure out the television deal. But, we'd have to really talk about that and see if we couldn't do a little bit better on the price. But that's an interesting number. It was just... No. 40 million? Absolutely not.
He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I do love when Tony Khan gets outside of himself.
It's
when he's
so
not,
good.
it's so good.
It's so good. Yeah, undervalued at 10 million or at 30 to 50 undervalued.
You're feeling yourself a little too much if you think that.
I don't know what the books are. I have no idea. I don't feel like it's a money winner. I know they've pointed to like the AMC deal of like, oh, see, this is why it's... I saw somebody say that it's 10 million per year for AMC, and I don't know where that was reported at, but they're filming cinematic segments in a break room.
They film it in the lunchroom.
If you're making 10 million a year off of this AMC deal, I'm gonna need you to up that production a little bit. Okay?
Couldn't even get a studio.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You guys, I don't feel like that AMC deal is 10 million. I don't know who reported this. I just saw it online, and I apologize for using unsourced reports out here, but. I've never heard that number. How much did Tony pay for ROH? He said the number. Hold on, I'll find it.
Has he said the number?
Yeah. I don't remember if it was it was in the books. 4 to 5 million. 4 to 5 million. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that was the
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, I can understand him if they asked 10 million. He said maybe we can look at that. We can look at our finances for 2026, and we can revisit this conversation at the end of the year. That's what the answer would have. That's what the answer would have been if it was 10 million. But once you said 40, he's like, nah, I'm good.
No. Yeah, it initially said 4 to 5. It may have been less than 4 because he said he got it at a better price than the UWF was sold for, which was 4.2 million. So it feels like it was around 4 to 5. We'll say. There's not an exact number, but I knew he had commented as a close number on where it was. Yeah, 4 to 5 million, and that was basically for the tape library. I mean, ROH didn't really have any asset, and Watch ROH, yeah. I guess, Honor Club, but it didn't have like
that's why you add 20 million. It's 20 million for TNA then. 20 million with the
like TNA's got a TV deal. I can't take that from them. They got the AMC deal. I don't know what that AMC deal is worth though. Like,
is it worth 40 million?
AMC deal money. I'm trying to look up and see if they're.
I tend to not believe this is worth 40 million.
Cultaholic is saying, which despite this doesn't say anything. It says despite, this is from Cultaholic citing The Observer, despite their deal with AMC, TNA is reportedly losing money, which is why they carried out cost-cutting measures. But you know,
I mean that part adds up. That part adds up. Is that they're losing money, and that's why they're doing these cuts.
Yeah, so this is like an unsourced thing. I don't know. This is TNA source on Instagram. Okay. TNA's deal with AMC is a multi-year agreement worth around 10 million annually, but then it doesn't have like a source on it. I'm sorry that I'm not going to trust TNA source on Instagram with his less than 2,000 followers.
It's like he's not a credible source. Sorry,
apologies to TNA source.
So apologies to TNA source, whose name is TNA source.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Here might be something a little bit. Okay. So, all right. This is from Blake Avion, who reported the 30 million. Who reported the price, the sale rumor. He said the deal is valued at 30 million. Okay. Sean commented that 30 million likely means 10 million per year for 3 years. He explained that if the deal is worth 30 million, TNA would be making a more serious play for bigger name free agents, which he's not seeing at the moment. As a result, Sean believes the deal is likely in the 10 million range per year. Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. If it's 10 million in total, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
3.25 per year.
Yeah, that makes more sense in that 10 million over the course of 3 years. So apparently this started with Blake.
How much does it cost to run those shows? It has to be costing like close to maybe like 50 to 100,000 per show they're spending on like talent and production and everything else.
So the original report said TNA said at AMC multi-year U.S. rights deal is finalized and expected to land around 30 million. That doesn't say 30 million per year or 30 million total. So it seems like people just kind of surmise it's 30 million total on a multi-year deal. 30 million per year. That's better than NXT's deal, isn't it?
30 billion per year? Yeah, that would be more than NXT.
Yeah, 10. What did NXT get on CW?
NXT, I think, got 25 million per year.
25 per year? Okay. Yeah, 20 to 25, 5 years. Okay. That was from Variety. That's a
Yeah, that's
legit
a
trade.
viable source. Yeah.
That's a legit trade.
Yeah, I don't think TNA's getting 10
So-
million per year, honestly.
So here's
And
the funny.
I'm trying to do the math in my head why they would be like running out of money. It's because you are running like anywhere between 3 to 5 shows a month, and you're spending like upwards to 100,000 on each of those shows. 3 million is not enough to run like a viable kind of that many tapings.
Are
They're
they
gonna
running
have to
3 to 5 shows
consolidate.
per month?
Yeah, because they do double shots. They run like 2 weekends a month. They run their 2 double shots for those
I don't know if they
weekends a
run 2
lot of
weekends
months.
a month.
Huh?
I don't know if they run 2 weekends a month. I feel like they only.
Well, they're
do
running.
one
That's why I said
weekend.
3 to 5. They'll run either 1 weekend or they'll run 2 weekends some months. There has been months where they ran 2 weekends.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Like, yeah, July, they're running 4 shows. They're running 2 shows at the beginning of July and 2 shows at the end of July. And I don't know what the cost of all that is, because they're probably getting a good deal in the building because they're running it back-to-back nights. So it's not like you got 2 separate load-in, load-outs for that.
That's true.
It's just one. August, they're running 3 shows. September, they're only running 2 shows. October, they're running 1 show. I imagine they'll add some stuff in October, because right now it's only Bound for Glory that's listed. But maybe not, because September, it looks like they can just kind of tape. Their taping schedule is weird. They don't run 5, though. They run 4 at the most for the month. But a lot of months, it's only 2. Sometimes 3. So I don't think
the pay-per-views.
Yeah, that's including the pay-per-views. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like August includes Lockdown, and then they have two shows of television tapings. So that's 3 total for the month. Again, September's only 2, October's only 1, November's 3, December's 2. So yeah, it's never 4 is the kind of the rarity with July, but that's literally the first days of July and the last
twice
days.
this month already.
What?
I think they've run twice 2 weekends this month.
No, I think they only ran the Denver tapings, and then they have Slammiversary. Yeah, they typically don't run two separate weekends. Like, it's usually because they tape 4 shows, because they do 2 nights of tapings and they tape 4 shows, so that gets them a month's worth of tapings right there. Regardless, it seems like they're losing money. It's very funny that these sources that spoke to PW Insider say it was unfound rumors from someone who has no credibility and no track record, but that's also who started the rumor that TNA's at 30 million a year. So maybe that's also false, in that it's 60 million a year. Maybe
that could be it.
Maybe they're making a whole lot more on that. The details of these deals are never really going to fully come out, because Variety and Deadline aren't reporting about TNA, but I
don't think they care that much.
No. 40 million undervalued seems kind of
seems preposterous
to me. Yeah. Well, everyone should help us raise 40 million so we can
raise 40 million for the 24-hour charity stream. Let's go.
Could you imagine?
And then we can buy TNA.
Volov sends a super chat. Even I watched this segment because someone told me how Jeremy Slop it is. Who told you that? Did I tell you that? How could you not want to talk about it? It's a yum. Yeah, it's completely up my alley. It's complete. It did.
It's absolute garbage.
I admit it did.
It was
still hilarious.
Trios match. The X-Division Trios match was solid on the show.
Leon Slater loses. LOL.
He always loses, man. What happened to my Leon Slater? I was seeing his entrance and then hearing his song. I was like, I can't wait to hear this song on AEW Dynamite. It's gonna be cool. All the crowd doing the hey. Instead, we'll probably get him with some youngest
Rebel.
in charge.
They need to bring back. They need to bring back the like stutter at the start. The Leon Slater.
Leon Slater, youngest in charge. Boom, 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 boom.
Do you have a moment of Thursday, SP3? Leon Slater's theme.
Wait, we also forgot to talk about the Moose and JDC with
who
Eddie
cares?
Edwards and Alicia Edwards.
No, see, I want to talk about one segment. That's
a
it.
no surrender matchup, meaning that these two have to throw in the towel.
Yeah, JDC's gonna throw in the towel and turn.
It's like, why do y'all set these things up that's so obvious what's about to happen? This is just like Alicia Edwards' team managing Moose. Everybody and their mama that watched the TNA was just like, she's gonna turn on you, Moose.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares? I don't care to talk about the rest of TNA. I just want to talk about that one segment.
No, I'm gonna make you suffer. You wanted to make
Not making me suffer. You're making the chat suffer. You're not making me suffer at all.
All right, my favorite moment.
I've gotten used to ignoring all of Joel's talk when it comes to TNA. I know how to very easily block this out.
Just mean. My favorite moment of Thursday was the Leo Rush new vignette that they had for him as TV champion, where he knows he's stronger. It's fine.
My moment of Thursday is, of course, the greatest segment of all time. The Break Room Summit between Nick Nemeth and Mike Santana.
The Break Room Summit sounds ridiculous.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. We're not going to preview this whole weekend of shows because that's a lot to preview. But I am going to ask you kind of some questions, and then we'll get into a little bit of the weekend. We kind of talked about Slammiversary, Night of Champions, Great American Bash as it was. So I figure most of these questions are going to be AEW specific anyway. Which match are you most looking forward to this weekend?
Which match over all the shows, or
yeah, all the shows.
Forbidden
Yeah, we're
Door?
including we're including AEW in this. And if it's not an AEW match, that's fine too. I just assumed it would be.
I'll give a top three. Top three would be Kendall Gray and Lola Vice from NXT, The Great American Bash. Then I will go Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. And then I would probably say it's a tie between the two main women's matches on Forbidden Door, the Mercedes Moné and Maya World, because I'm just looking forward to seeing Maya show out after the banger that she had with Athena. And then, it's probably a three-way tie because I almost was about to forget Kenny Omega and Zack Sabre Jr., and I'm going to love that one. But also the Tekla and Starlight Kid match.
Okay. I'm for that.
What about you?
The two Owen finals matches, Mercedes and Maya and Kenny. Or Jesus, I don't even know who's in these matches clearly, and Swerve and Will. Yeah,
Kenny and Zach.
I am looking forward to Kenny and Zach, but the build for Maya and Mercedes has been really good, and I'm looking forward to the tag team match on Collision. And the build for Swerve and Will has been really good, and then that should be like those two don't miss together.
No,
so
they don't.
Yeah, those are the two matches I'm most looking forward to this weekend. NJ and Obafemi, but for Jeremy reasons and not because I think
ridiculous reasons.
We know the reason why. SP3, we know.
This your warning shot.
Ow!
Joel is here for some reason because he can't help but not be here to talk about TNA. What?
We already talked about TNA. We're not
Yeah.
talking about it again.
No, hold on. Actually, I'm here for a serious thing because they did just announce Maple Leaf Pro to announce the passing of Joe Doring.
Yes.
We
I know
talked about that.
that's fine. You can talk about it all you want. I do want to just share a quick thought because I'll be back on Monday to do the Monday show, and there's going to be plenty of wrestling, unfortunately, to talk about. But with Joe, just kind of reminiscing back when I was doing shots at Greektown Wrestling in Toronto, there was a big show that they did, not Paul White, where they had a bunch of TNA talent, they had a bunch of independent talent, and Joe and Josh Alexander and Sonny Kiss and there were a bunch of people who were there, and Scott D'Amore was there as well. And I just remember running into Joe Doring backstage and asking, "Hey, you want to do an interview?" And he was just the nicest, friendliest guy, and he was one of my very first interviews in that space. And he was always very kind, he was very sweet. He was very much the gentle giant that people will eventually talk about. And I just want to send out my love to his family and my thoughts to his friends. And it sucks losing somebody that you care about. And when I saw that the news had passed that he was going into hospice, unfortunately, some of us have had way too much experience understanding what that means. And I knew that was going to be it, and found out this morning rather, that he passed. And just wanted to come on here and just share a little bit about that, because Joe was a hell of a guy, hell of a career, came back from cancer once. This time, unfortunately, was the end for him. So best wishes to the family and the friends, and healing blessings to all those.
I can't be mean to you after that.
Nope, can't. Well, I mean, you can. You can be mean to me on Monday.
But then I look like a jerk, and I'm trying not to look like a jerk.
Yeah,
You don't have to.
that's true.
You don't have to work that
Not
hard.
true.
Yeah.
You guys, how you guys doing? You good?
You got me all depressed again.
Yeah, we talked about it. We tried to move on from things, and then here you come, bringing the mood back down as usual.
Yeah, but like Jey Uso is going to be wearing that crown on Saturday, so like
I can't wait.
how bad could it be?
Wait.
Right?
I'm so excited. I'm gonna be at Paul Cade, and I'm just gonna be tweeting about King Yeet out here. It's so great.
Sean should tell people there's your warning shot in that match.
Oh,
Your warning shot. Pow!
maybe I can talk to Chad and be like, can I run in and if Jey Uso wins the King of the Ring, can I just yeet and during, I don't care what's going on, I just want to yeet during the match and then run it back. And then Cole Radrick can kick me in the face if he wants. That's fine.
I'm all about it. That's fine. He can put you through a table too. Set up your match.
I don't know about that.
Shaw.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but he can kick me in the face to start with.
I need
this your warning shot.
I don't even know who I'm doing that post show with on Saturday. It could be just me who's talking about warning shot.
Terrible. If Jey Uso wins, I will phone in live from Paul Cade just to celebrate King Yeet.
Will you be disappointed if Boba Femi wins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. I've talked myself into this Jey Uso victory at this point. Obafemi winning is the call. That's the right move to make. I don't want them to make the right move. It's way funnier if they
just wait until everybody sees the segment tonight. Then they'll all be on the.
Oh
Jey
yeah,
Uso
yeah. I've at least seen
bandwagon.
that segment. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a warning shot bowel shirt? I mean, I assume there is. I'm not paying for it. If
they
somebody
have it.
wants to. Oh, there is. Oh, it's $26.24. That's actually not a bad price. If someone would like to buy me a warning shot bow. Oh, there's multiple. There's one in purple. Jesus.
Yeah, I just pulled up the purple one.
If someone would like to buy me a warning shot bow shirt, I will wear it proudly on this show. I'm not paying for it though.
This is
That show's awful. Oh my god.
this is the most so
The purple one's kind of worse, honestly.
So
Let me see the purple.
Yeah, show the purple one, Joel.
this is the purple one.
No. There's a purple one.
The purple one. Okay,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
Oh my god.
that's
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, that one's worse.
That's so. There, Paul Heyman did the CVV, right, and he was talking about how Triple H, Paul Levesque, is like he's working for the algorithm first, and I'm like,
Yeah, no shit.
It's like warning shot, bow, yeet. This is like the most algorithmic bullshit T-shirt you can make.
Yeah.
Maybe Heyman's
Warning
on
shot,
something.
bow.
This is awful.
Yeah. The purple one's terrible. No, those are the only two.
Oh, this is great. Eat, sleep, eat, repeat.
That one sucks. I mean, I have a Jey Uso Yeet shirt, but it's a Avalanche branded shirt. So
again, just
why
the
y'all
most.
would do any of this.
What is this?
Yeeting since day one ish. That's terrible.
Oh, this is perfect. Look at this. Oh,
I would never
This
wear
is
that.
awful.
never.
See, I'm never gonna wear like this shirt in public. That's why I refuse to buy this for myself. It would literally just be a show bit. So if people want to buy it for me as a show bit, I will gladly accept it. I'm not spending my money on something that I'm never going to actually wear.
Just in time
Get
for
Yeet
Slammiversary.
City. Get Jey Uso is now in your city.
You know what I just realized? On the back, the palm tree, and it makes a J.
Yeah.
I just realized that. Okay, so sometimes
Okay.
the design does something cool. It was low bar. I get it. Anyway, I just wanted to pop in and say something about Joe, and then BS with you guys for a minute. But I'm back on Monday. I'm on the post shows on Saturday and Sunday on Main for Night of Champions and Slammiversary.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. How great was that segment with the contract summit?
I talked about it. I loved
Did
it.
you?
You know how much I love it. Yeah. It was break room cinema. It ruled.
Carlos
best
Silva
thing ever.
being like, guys, I will give fines if you touch each other. All right, dish out the fines, Carlos.
Mike Santana said, like, cut the check. And Carlos was like, all right, you owe me like $5. I can't afford to really. We can't pay you millions. So that was the best part of that segment. Is Nick Nemeth is like, yeah, people will maybe one day pay you hundreds and thousands of millions of dollars to come steal the show because TNA sure as hell ain't paying that much money.
It's like
Ruled.
it's the one thing that everyone talks about. It's just like, why do all these guys go and work WSW in Australia during tapings? Like, why doesn't TNA try to stop them? And then you realize, like, oh, because they get paid to do the shows.
Yeah. Rules.
And they actually just threw it back in everyone's face and like, whoa, but Nick's a heel, so he can say it. I was like, it doesn't take away from the fact that he did
It's
this.
actually true. Yeah.
He made it worse. But again, TNA loves to stomp on their own dick every time they can. It's just fantastic.
That's right. Louis gets it. Real ball knowers love Jay. Louis, are you going to Parkade or are you a coward? I think you're a coward.
Paw Coward.
Yeah, Paul Coward. Okay.
His car's gonna break down that day.
Yeah, he was cowardly. He didn't go to the
already broke
SpongeBob
down.
Shaw.
Yeah.
I put it up on screen, but I will give a shout to Misfit Wrestling Podcast mentioning the passing of Joe Doring. Shout out to you, Misfit Wrestling Podcast. The Tom Duncan of Graps, that Jay, who is Tom Duncan.
the Tom
The
Duncan.
The fact that you misspelled it is so much better.
It makes it better.
Yeah.
Tom Duncan. Like who the it's
Tim's
Tom
brother.
Duncan.
What's Tim's
Yeah,
brother?
Tim's
Tom?
brother,
You
sure.
never met Tom? Yeah, you never met him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
This guy, he's an operating executive in the Greater Toronto area. This Tom Duncan. He's an MBA.
Oh yeah, did you Google
Board and
him?
advisory activities.
Tom Duncan.
Is the artist Tom Duncan? I'm now going on a wiki spree looking for these people.
Joel, get out of here.
All right, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys on Monday.
Bye. That's unfortunate.
Bye, Joel.
Stick out when Jay wins. Come and do the post show.
This your warning shot.
Down since day one.
I will 100%, by the way, show up on the post show live from Parkade if Jey Uso wins the. I'll have my lovely wife is going to have to hold the phone for me so I can yeet and warning shot bow. And then people at Parkade are going to look at me all funny. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Give me a bold prediction for this weekend. Once again, any show, SP3.
Any show, bold prediction.
Yeah.
Why the hell not? Maya World's winning the Owen Hart Cup.
Okay. That's very bold. All right.
The only the brave win when they are bold. I don't know.
Is Jey Uso winning King of the Ring bold, or is like Obafemi winning bold at this point? Like, which one
I think at this point it's Oba.
is it? I did the odds, like so this is from my bookie because that's our partners. Do you know what the odds are for this match?
I thought it was even.
Ooh, maybe it's changed. All right, so it's gotten closer. Oba's minus 150. Or sorry, Jay's minus 150. Oba is plus 110. When I did it a couple of days ago,
Damn.
hold on. When I did it a couple of days ago, though, this was June 24th, so literally 2 days ago. Oh, it was the same. I thought it was higher a couple of days ago, so it hasn't actually changed. Forbidden Door has like some very lopsided odds.
Yeah, this is it. Like I do with Jimmy at the end of Ramble. I have him do predictions for the pay-per-view, and when he was predicting the pay-per-view, he was like, "This is not difficult whatsoever." I kind of see who's winning all of these. Yeah.
Here's my bold prediction. I don't actually believe it, but whatever. I'm gonna put it out there anyway. Sami Zayn wins the undisputed title. That's my bold prediction.
I mean, there's been some signs that it could be Sammy.
Okay.
There's been some signs. There's some signs there, so I wouldn't say that you're too far off there. And yeah, me with Maya World, it's the signs. What we're gonna see on Saturday night on Collision, I think that's a sign. And I just think that sometimes, yeah, we always see in Tony Khan's booking, he just goes with kind of the hot thing or the thing that he likes the most right now. And I think he's really liking this whole Maya World Cinderella story.
Yeah. I can see it with Maya World because it is a good story. And they do have 2 months to heat her a little bit more for All In. If that's
personally, I want Mercedes to win because I plan on being at Wembley Stadium and I want to see the matches I want to see the most. That's why I'm still on my Kenny Omega is going to win the AEW World Championship because I want to see Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay in the main event of Wembley. But I also, on that end, for the women's title, I want to see Mercedes Moné versus Tekla. Tekla is like arguably one of my favorite wrestlers of the year, and Mercedes has long been one of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, Mercedes and Tekla is the bigger matchup, so it feels like that's where they go on that. I guess Jey Uso winning is my bold prediction, but again, I don't even know if that's bold because he's the favorite, so he's not like an overwhelming favorite. Yeah, Sammy winning is a little bolder, but I just expect Cody to win. LOL, Cody wins. Like that's where we're at.
Yeah,
that's
what I've been predicting with that as well. Is there any interesting outcomes that can come out of Slammiversary?
No.
I think we're all under the understanding that we're probably getting a Nick Nemeth title win.
Yeah, I assume Nick Nemeth's going to win.
I assume that the Hardys will win the ladder match. I assume Cedric will probably retain.
I think the Righteous win the ladder match.
I can see that. As well.
And then they just continue to feud with the Hardys.
Yeah, exactly. They just continue their feud, and then they eventually drop the titles to the Hardys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know if Great American Bash being the second best show, if that's super bold, Jose.
Yeah, that's not bold. We both said that's the show we're looking forward to the most outside of Forbidden Door. I
respect it. He's throwing something out there, though. I respect it. Terracotta cost Tekla the match. That would be hilarious, actually.
That would be funny. But don't ruin this, man. Tekla, they stumbled onto something gold. Tekla's been my favorite part of AEW television in the build up to Forbidden Door.
I want Jay to just squash Oba. No Brock interference. Just warning shot bow, spear, Uso splash.
Can't with this guy. And yes, I'm sorry, MCATs, that we're starting the True Hill Heat flagship podcast early tomorrow. We're trying to get it done before Night of Champions starts. But that's the bright side, is that you can watch it on your own time. You can watch it when you get up. You can have it on the second screen while you watch Night of Champions. Don't worry, sir. You'll be there to enjoy, and you'll be there in spirit.
Just watch it instead of Night of Champions.
You could do that as well.
Sounds way better. I'll listen to your show when I'm driving to Indiana or wherever
Please
I'm going.
do.
I don't even know where I'm going.
He's like, I'm just driving.
Yeah, wherever this show is.
Wherever it is. Who cares?
Kentucky, maybe? I don't know. I don't know where this
Should
show
be a
is.
good one. We're playing 5-star Booker tomorrow for TikTok.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you wanna get a game of 82-0 in? Anything else from the weekend?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I kind of feel like Team DC NJF is winning. I'm sorry, like my wrestling booking 101 teachings just make me look at the final segment of Dynamite and be like, they gave away the two things that were gonna lead to the Team Briscoe winning. It's MJF and Andrade having a miscue, and the J Driller on MJF. I was like, that's the two things that I thought they were saving for the pay-per-view, and they gave it away in the closing segment.
I'm sort of with you. I sort of came around to that as well. I think they realized this Mark Briscoe stuff isn't as hot as they thought it was, and the stuff with Andrade, the stuff with Kevin Knight, all that feels a little bit hot. And like, if MJF's gonna lose the title to Kenny, and you still got to do Andrade and Kevin Knight matches, when are you putting those in along with the Briscoe match?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of with you that I can see Team MJF winning.
I would add at the last minute, MJF says, if we win, I'm going to give the Don Callis family one title shot. Only one. Don has to decide.
Okay. I like that step. Yeah. I think Kevin Knight's going to be pissed if he doesn't get it, but Andrade's going to be pissed because he already told Kevin Knight he would get it. So
exactly.
You know what I'm really looking forward to this weekend, aside from stuff we've mentioned? A hardcore match Okada. I can't wait for that. Okada's just going to spend his whole time just walking around on the outside, throwing like forearm shots, and then just moving on. He ain't doing none of this bullshit around the cage, you know?
I can't wait. Conservative Okada.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, Andrade facing MJF in the world title at Grand Slam. All right, I mean, he wants the world title.
I think it's going to be Kenny Omega versus Andrade at Grand Slam.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's play this game because I have to do some work too. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not mad at Team MJF winning though. I could see it. All right, let me pull this up. Okay, here we go. What did we get last time? 73? Is that what we got?
We got 75 and 7.
75 and 7. All right. I still think our best is 78.
We're on a good tip right now heading into this. This is gonna be the one.
Lakers.
Oh, we're off to a good start. Kobe.
Okay. Feels like we should go Shaq, but okay, Kobe.
Why would we go Shaq? We get Will Chamberlain.
Shaq better.
No, get the fuck out of here. Kobe Bean. This is the one.
Utah in the 90s. Malone.
Nasty man.
I know. But still, this is a good start here.
This is a good start. We got the 04 Lakers if Carmelo wasn't old.
2000s Detroit. This is where like Chauncey had numbers, but
I kind of think we should spin for the team.
You want to spin on team? Okay. Yeah. Like they had guys that numbers, but it was just such a team. Phoenix Nash
or Amari.
Steve Nash, MVP, brother.
Yeah, you're much higher on Nash than I am.
Steve Nash is legitimately one of my favorite players of all time. So yeah, I'm very high on Steve Nash.
He doesn't deserve 2 MVPs.
I mean, I don't fully disagree with that, but I still love Steve Nash.
Yeah, that's fine. I always hated him. Lakers fan. I have bad memories of Steve Nash.
Atlanta 2000s.
Do Raheem, small forward.
Okay. All right. Center's gonna kind of decide.
And there's
this
got to
here.
be Wilt. It's got to be Wilt if we're gonna hit 82-0. It's got to be Wilt. Come on,
Maybe Kareem.
Wilt. Come on down, Wilt.
Clippers
God
2000s. Jesus. I mean, even if we respin the era, the Clippers suck. We really ain't got much choice here with the Clippers. The team is the issue on this one.
We can move Homeboy to center, the one that we already have, and then put Elton.
Can we
Brand
move?
Back Randolph? No.
We can move Raheem to center, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Small forward.
Lamar Odom.
Hmm.
I don't think he put up numbers. I think it's just Brand and Randolph.
Do we move Kobe
That's
to
what I
small
think.
forward? Hold on. All right. Do we respin and hope to get
Kawhi or Chris Paul?
Kawhi or Chris Paul? But
don't
Chris
think
Paul's probably
Paul
only
plays point guard.
I think that too. Yeah. Do we respin and hope to get Kawhi for small forward?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Andre Miller was kind of nice for the Clippers.
Just assist, not really scoring. 2010s.
That's 1 year of Kawhi, right? He was there in 2019. Yeah. There should be 1 year of
But I
Kawhi.
think that counts 2020 season.
It's 2019. I guess so.
no
He's not
Kawhi.
there. Oh,
Yeah.
come on now. He played there in 2019.
And like the tail end, it's the 2020 season. Let's go with Blake Griffin. Move everybody around and just get Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin? Okay. Yeah, that's fair. All right. So
Kobe back to the shooting.
back there.
Or Doom Raheem to small forward.
Yeah, Blake Griffin. Okay, just top. All right. It doesn't quite feel 82.
Yeah.
Feels
Be
in the
lucky if we get
70s though.
70. We'll
Feels
be
in the
lucky if we get
70s.
70.
Oh, 65.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's say we'll be lucky if we get 70.
All right.
But you want the Steve Nash 17.
Steve Nash is nice. 17 and 10.
Steve Nash.
Nobody else has
lowest point
assists.
total. The lowest point total on our whole entire board.
We need someone to pass the ball. Nobody else has assists. Nobody else on this team's passing.
All right.
It's not just points.
Whatever you say, man.
I mean, our center can't grab 10 rebounds. That's the issue.
17 points. My lord.
Hater on Steve
God.
Nash. Hater.
Steve
All
Nash.
right. We'll go
Overrated MVP.
We'll go again. Miami in the 10. LeBron.
LeBron James. LeBron James.
We're getting off to good starts. Like the past few times, we've
Yeah.
gotten off to really good starts.
Ever since I started with, this is the one. This is the one. No,
Indy
this
in
is
the
not the one.
80s. The GOAT, Detlef Schrempf.
Reggie Miller or
Reggie in the 80s was like rookie, if anything.
Spin for team.
Spin for team? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Charlotte
God
in the 80s?
damn,
They didn't even exist
man.
in the 80s.
What are we doing? Del Curry?
I guess. I think we should have spun for era on Indy and then hope for like the 90s.
Okay, we'll just go. We'll just go the rest of
I
the
mean,
way.
it's Charlotte. Like, we're not getting anything on Charlotte
Who
anyway.
cares? We can't go in the 80s, though.
Charlotte has nobody ever. In the 10s? Who was good here?
Kemba Walker.
I mean, that's like probably the answer, but that team still sucks.
Kemba.
All
Give us
right.
Kemba.
I
If
don't know if
all
used
our
up
games are in Madison Square Garden, we're good.
Yeah. Boston in the 90s.
Get tail end Larry Bird or
No,
Paul Pierce.
Yeah, Bird was.
Bird
I mean,
was
Bird
still
still.
putting up numbers
Yeah,
in the
Bird still
90s.
put up numbers. Yeah, Bird still put up numbers. Yeah, it's got to go Bird.
He didn't play into his wash years. Once he
Yeah.
had any sign of being washed, he retired.
That's kind of true. That's kind of true. Shea.
Jay had two guard.
Yeah.
So
Kemba's
if we
gonna
get
kill
Kareem or Wilt, this is dope.
this. Spurs in the
damn it.
'70s. I don't know any of these dudes.
We're gonna have
I've
to-
legit never. Can we move around to get Gervin? Because LeBron can play center. Yeah.
LeBron could play anything. Yeah.
All right.
Anything you
Yeah.
want.
And then Gervin.
Yeah, Gervin.
All right.
Gervin's the only option.
It's not quite gonna be 80, but that's a good team.
Nah. 6
Kemba
or 7.
killed us.
We're above the last one.
Kemba
Yeah,
killed
Kemba
us.
did. But there was no other option. Like,
I know.
We were in the 2010s for the Hornets. Like,
I know.
That's Bobcat era.
We should have respawned just the era on ND instead of the team.
Mhm. Probably.
All right. You want to go again?
Yeah.
Okay. Minnesota in the 10s. Cat.
Cat.
Oh, what am I doing?
Give us Cat. Call Anthony Towns, NBA champion. Put him
Power
at power
forward.
forward. Yeah.
Washington in the
Washington.
80s.
Yes. Ooh, Bernard King.
I'm seeing who else. I feel like some of these guys like.
For the era.
No, I'm fine with Bernard King.
Moses Malone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moses Malone.
Brooklyn in the 70s.
Brooklyn in the 70s.
I mean, Bernard King. Okay.
Yeah, Bernard King. We were
All
supposed to
right.
get him last time, so might as well.
All right.
It's either him or Tiny Archibald.
Yeah, that was the only other name I saw. Detroit in the 90s.
Could we
Isaiah.
get something in the 2000s? God damn.
I mean, Isaiah. Isaiah, though.
Okay, I guess. I don't really think he puts up any numbers.
Yeah, that's true. Like, the numbers aren't great. I don't want to respin. We respin
No,
era.
no,
We're not
no.
respinning team.
Or get Grand Hill, yeah. You can do era. Well, it's up to
No,
you.
no. We'll respin team, not era.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Let's
because
do it.
Detroit team, like. All right, let's respin team. Maybe we can get Chicago.
Yeah, we did it.
And
we
what
did
do you
it.
know? Well, we
Look
kind of
at
lucked there,
that.
but we'll take it. We'll take it. All right.
We'll take it. We'll take
All
it.
right. We
All right,
might.
let's get Oscar Robinson. Let's go. Oscar
We
Robinson.
might be able. Boston in the 10s.
Kyrie.
Kyrie? Or do we
Yep.
respin the era? Boston's got some players
Who
throughout
else are we
history.
getting that point guard though?
All right. Kyrie.
Like there's Bob Cousy, but Kyrie's probably putting up better numbers than Bob Cousy.
Yeah, true. Rondo. All right, Kyrie.
Better than last time. Look at those Kyrie numbers. One season, his best season of his career in Boston.
I thought Moses Malone averaged like 20 and 20.
The way they talk about him, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe he did in like the 70s. I don't know.
Please explain to me, Will, how 24 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal that sucked? No, it sucked when he just decided to give up on y'all. He did not suck.
Pure numbers wise, Kyrie is fine, but on court wise, yeah, Kyrie in Boston was a kind of a disaster.
Gave up on him. He gave up on him.
Yeah, we're not worried about like personality in this game. We're just looking at numbers. Jordan would kill all these dudes' personality.
He would hate all of them. All right,
All
last
right.
time.
Last one? Okay.
This is the one, though.
No, it's not.
Damn
not
it.
Atlanta in
No,
the
it's
10s.
not.
We're off to a
Just
terrible
restart.
start.
Restart the whole thing.
Just restart the whole thing.
This is the one. This is the one.
All right,
Yup,
Luca.
see?
Luca.
See? This is the one. That's a better start. That's a better. You passed
Yeah,
it.
much. I know. I can't. Why am I struggling with the alphabet? Just put him a small forward for now.
Point guard.
Point guard. Okay. Yeah, we can move him. So
Yeah, exactly.
Dallas in the 90s. Dirk was rookie.
Yeah, you want to spin for Era?
I think we spent for team. 90s?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, Kid,
ahead.
though. Kid. Hold on.
He wasn't putting up numbers like that as a rookie.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I think we respin team instead of era. Because the only good option era-wise is if we get 20s again, and I guess we pick Luka again. I don't know if that's possible.
We would get Kyrie then.
No, why wouldn't we just take 2 Lukas?
You can't get 2 Lukas. That's
why.
You can't.
Oh. Fine, we would take Kyrie, or we get it in the 2000s and we get Dirk. I'd rather spin team because.
All right, let's spin the team. We got more options there.
Maybe we hit on Chicago again. Worked last time. Oh, that sucks.
Nope, it worked the opposite there. Dominique Wilkins.
Dominique, yeah.
Welcome to the team.
I feel like he was washed. Clippers Dominique.
He probably was, but it's the 90s for the Clippers, so you're not going to get a better name
Michael
than that.
Candy.
Was World be free on this team?
No,
he's not. So no.
All right, Dominique. Washed Dominique. I assume washed. Maybe he was good. Atlanta in the 80s.
Oh, we could have got Dominique here. God damn it. We could have got a better version of Dominique here.
Moses again?
Yeah, Moses Malone.
Oh, this team is not 82-0 regardless.
No.
Unless we somehow end up with Wilt and Oscar.
You can't even get Wilt now. Carmelo.
Melo. Yeah, Melo.
Yeah. Power forward. And then Michael Jordan. Kobe Bean.
All right, LeBron. Okay. And this team's not bad outside of that. I think Dominique's going to kill us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, this team's kind of nice. At 70.
70 and 12.
All right, Dominique actually scored 29. He was kind of nice, actually.
Let's go.
All right.
All right, let's always end off on the 70. Let's end off on the 70.
All right, that team was way better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, LeBron, Luka, and Melo, like, I knew that was going to be good. I had no idea what we're getting out of Moses and Dominique. But all right, we know Dominique, 90s Clippers, Dominique was kind of nice. So
exactly.
We know that for the future now.
Yeah, we got something to go back to.
All right, SP3. There we go. I already did moments of the weekend. What did we accomplish today?
We had a cool interview with Dave from Fight Factory, and we talked about a silly segment that you called the greatest thing ever.
Yes.
And we previewed as what's going to be a very busy weekend. So I hope everyone has fun. Enjoy the show that you want to watch, that you are willing to enjoy, and don't let anyone else's feelings on that show dictate how you feel about that show. Like what you like, just don't be a dick and enjoy wrestling.
Unless it's costing you $3,000 to go to the event, then you are allowed to criticize and say it sucked and say it should have been better and that you wasted all of your money.
This is true.
The biggest thing that we accomplished today is that once again, as with every Friday, even though it was a fantastic segment, we talked way too much TNA.
That's on you. That's on you, pal. I did not want to talk about
It's Tony Khan's fault, too. He's the one who said, 40 million.
It's your fault, bro.
It's
your fault. You want to talk about that silly-ass segment.
It was a great segment.
It sucked.
It was a great segment. Results of our poll question. What are you most looking forward to this weekend? 31% said TNA Slammiversary. 31% said Night of Champions. 38% said Great American Bash. 0% for Forbidden Door, SP3. Very surprised by that.
Wild. That's wild. These people don't care about Forbidden Door. That's crazy.
My nephew did the Jey Uso warning shot after hitting a 3 in his game yesterday. Oh, I need video of this.
Wow.
Did he yell that? Because, I mean, a lot of NBA players do, like, gun motions after they hit this shot. I need, like, That'd be my 3-point celebration. Like, this your warning shot. I do it while the ball's in the air. Like, this your warning shot. Pow! And then it goes in. Or it misses. Either way, it kind of works. You know?
He's like, either way, I'm cooking.
Yeah. It is Friday. Everyone knows what that means.
Mana, the final boss. And here we go. This is how good. Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
But of course, we don't say the F word on WWE television because there could be kids watching, and that's not good for the kids. Wheatley, as usual. Still got like half the bottle of this thing left.
You're a lightweight.
The poor going. I only drink on this show. It's not like I ever just like drink, elsewhere.
He needs ice for a shot.
It doesn't taste good like warm. It tastes terrible warm.
Okay.
The first time I did it, it was warm and it tasted so bad. At least with ice, like it's not so bad. And here we go.
Cheers.
All right, everyone.
Good shit.
It's not as good as the Terramana, honestly. Yeah, Terramana's better. Yeah. The Don Gato tequila will be next. You gotta get MLW, just send me a bottle so I don't have to pay for it. Thank you to Dave from Fight Factory for joining us today. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Thanks for Cam popping on. Joel showed up for some reason. Appreciate you all week. SP3, as Joel ran from the grind all week, and SP3 was here every day but Monday. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a busy week. It's going to be a busy weekend, but we shall be here on Monday. SP3, let everybody know where they can find you at.
You can find me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. I will be live in about 30 minutes over on the True Hill Heat Wrestling YouTube channel with Maggie, as well as John Escudero of Dirt Sheet Radio to preview AEW, NJPW, Forbidden Door. So we'll be giving you our predictions, talking about the card, talking about the build-up to the show, and, of course, predicting all the matches. So join us live for that. I'll be live at 9:05 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday for the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. Myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and the True Draw Josh. Sunday, we'll be live probably, I'm going to say around 12-ish. No, probably earlier than that. Yeah, no, 12 is it, right. 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday for the Night of Champions review. And then on Monday, 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time, the Forbidden Door review. So plenty of great stuff to enjoy. Hope everyone enjoys the weekend.
Everyone enjoy your weekend. We'll be back on Monday. Appreciate all you guys. We'll see you on Monday, everybody. Goodbye.